Let me. Oh shit. Let me grab that. Oh. I hope that's not too loud. Okay.
Amplifier, who they often, or Paul specifically, often brings up interesting points about Yu-Gi-Oh! So it's called The Loss of the Midcore Yu-Gi-Oh! Player, which just from the name, I already have an idea of what we're talking about. But the discussion on Twitter also took a little bit of a different turn as well. So let's just go right in without any speculation and see exactly what we're talking about. And you guys let me know about the volume, whether it's good or not.
Hey guys, Paul here. So today I wanted to talk about the Yu-Gi-Oh! Phenomenon that I've been observing a lot more in the last couple of years. It's something that I also alluded to on Twitter, but I felt like bringing it to a full discussion.
APS drama again? Okay, is this sort of like a meme? Is this
TBPS does not make drama videos. They just, like he said, he brings up good, interesting conversations. All right, it's that simple.
This is sort of meme that's going on. I feel like Paul never really stirs up drama. I feel like Paul always just brings up Paul's way of doing it always feels very valid criticism-esque. Which he does make regularly, but I don't feel like it's drama. It's more like I feel like it's more in the vein of constructive criticism.
Yes, he does regularly constructively give feedback.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Player. And what I mean by that is this. So competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now actually feels like it has kind of hit a bit of a fever pitch. Like people seem to be really enjoying, grinding the competitive YCS scene more now than ever. I see a lot of videos that are, kind of these niche nitty-gritty, getting into the highly incredible specifics of like combo lines, where to use hand traps, things like that. And people seem to be enjoying the Malice and YGO format. And for the players that travel to these YCS events, play test rigorously, they can afford the best cards, and that's not really an issue for them. They seem to be really enjoying competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now. And
that's true. I think it's very hard to argue against the fact that competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! is doing well right now. Competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! is doing well. Numbers are great. And the format also, I'm enjoying it. I do see myself as a competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! player, and I am very much enjoying.
Numbers are great. I don't know about that. Taking a look at the data from the the monthly earnings and sales, and for example the OCG. During the release of the highest grossing product, actually I don't think it was OCG, this is looking at the TCG player sales, Crossover Breakers was released in December. One Piece was outselling Yu-Gi-Oh! Which is very concerning because it was during a month where Yu-Gi-Oh!'s biggest product of the year was being sold, which is Crossover Breakers. One Piece is selling more than Yu-Gi-Oh! According to TCG Player. We don't obviously have a wider number of data there, and the numbers, but if we're talking about numbers, line go up. As far as I am aware, One Piece is kind of doing pretty well. So, in terms of event attendances and stuff, It's all very contextual. EU YCS's numbers are great. America feels kind of down. Regional numbers don't look as high as they used to be. And from what I understand, local numbers, and locals is a strange one, but scattered around, the European scene, locals are kind of hit or miss. So numbers, I don't know if it's like, it's definitely not good. It's probably fine, somewhat stagnant, but I don't think Yu-Gi-Oh's numbers are good right now. But that requires a little bit more data there. But I know for a fact One Piece was outselling TCG player on the TCG side, and in OCG, they had their numbers posted on the Reddit. You can probably find that somewhere. One Piece and even Duel Monsters is beating Yu-Gi-Oh! And Yu-Gi-Oh! Usually holds that number 2 spot in Japan, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Was falling to like second or third or fourth place compared to the usual. Pokemon's always number 1 in Japan, never ever gets dethroned. But that number 2 spot used to be Yu-Gi-Oh! 100%, but now Yu-Gi-Oh's kind of being a little bit dethroned by One Piece and Duel Monsters over there. So that's where the numbers are.
Enjoying YGO and Malice format, and those are the kind of things that I feel like it's easy to forget, though, that is not the entirety of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Community, of course. Like, the 2,000 people, the 3,000 people that decide to travel to a YCS event, you're not getting the full picture, right, of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Community that way. But I mean, you do get a fair share, the competitive players. And I suppose that maybe that's what we're getting to here, is that like that part of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is doing great, but maybe he's worried about other parts of the game.
This is good. I want to be clear that I think this is a good thing. They're having fun with competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! And that's great. I'm not saying anything wrong with that. On the other hand, you've also got a lot of people who recently have been embracing older formats. Things like GOAT and Edison format come to mind. Some people also like to play Toss or hat format as well. But basically these older snapshot formats. And you see a lot, especially in content creation now. A lot of people are doing some sort of a spin the wheel.
Just as a side note for Time Wizard, I think Edison does extremely well in NA more than EU. From what I heard at the last event, the NA Edison events always cap out, and I think they hit like 500 plus players. So there is a big demand for Legacy Yu-Gi-Oh! Hopefully something they explore in the future, but they get very good numbers for Edison specifically.
We'll go, we'll let us in. It's kind of expanded to include things like queues and drafts as well. And again, that's really cool. Getting to sort of take a dive back into the nostalgic old Yu-Gi-Oh! Times is great. There tends to be a lot of sort of popular viewership among casual and nostalgic fans there. So if you're a content creator, that's great. We did our Retro Rival series with the Retro Pack, and I want to play. And you see a lot of content from that in the spectrum as well. But what I feel like there isn't a lot of is a lot of interest and sort of almost maybe support for the middle, sort of mid-core Yu-Gi-Oh! Player, I call it. What is the mid-core Yu-Gi-Oh! Player exactly? Well, basically, this is this player who they play Yu-Gi-Oh! For a really long time. They play locals most weeks. They've been a few regions.
I used to be a mid-core player.
With their favorites. They get enthusiastic, excited about anime decks, or some of their favorite decks getting new support. And even if their favorite deck isn't like super YCS level viable, they still want to do the best they can with it. And they want to find content about that, and want to find places to play those decks. And what I'm basically finding is happening is that these players have been sort of neglected a little bit and are now.
So this is the middle of the pack Yu-Gi-Oh! Player, which I think is where, I feel like there's like kind of like, depending on where you want to throw the scale, there's like the bottom, like, 20% of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Community, or the top 20% of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Community, and there's like the middle, 60% of the community. Like the top 20% are like the people who play like multiple times a week. They own all of the top tier decks, the staples. They travel to events, to almost every single event. And then you have the bottom 20% in terms of the competitive scale, who are the people who maybe like collect packs. They just do like, they buy a couple of boxes once in a while, and they're just like collecting like the fun stuff aspect of the game. And then the middle portion, again, these numbers are completely made up. I'm just kind of throwing like an estimate out there. This is where like the middle of the pack Yu-Gi-Oh! Player is, which is the where I used to be personally, which is like you play the competitive decks, you play a little bit of pet decks as well, rogue deck, but you optimize it. You want to compete, you want to try and see how well you do with your favorite decks, with your rogue decks, and occasionally you pick up like the meta deck, but you maybe not necessarily travel to every single event. You may not go to locals multiple times a week, or even maybe only once every 2 weeks. That's sort of where like the middle of the pack player is. Yeah, and I feel like a lot of that is kind of rough right now because of the pace of the game, but I think this is definitely something they'll bring up in the future. But I think that's rough. That's kind of sort of what we're talking about when we say midcore.
Migrating to other card games or quitting Yu-Gi-Oh! In some cases.
I'm trying to wrap my head around the argument because, I mean, yeah, that's definitely a thing that exists, right? Like there is, so basically what we're talking about is there's people that enjoy grinding Yu-Gi-Oh! At a high competitive level, which are the people that have like, they don't have an issue with, or are fortunate enough to be able to afford the expensive cards, and so they are taking part in competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Space, and they're not trying to play a deck because they just like it, they're trying to play a deck because they're trying to win, they're trying to travel to big tournaments and so on and so on. Which is a very, that's something that is enjoyable for them to do, and they are enjoying it, and there's enough of them so that we still have a lot of very big tournaments out there. So that kind of space is fine. And then we've also got what I think we refer to as like a more casual environment for Yu-Gi-Oh! To play in, where you don't really care what the current like meta decks are or how expensive Ultra Fugalos is or whatever, right? You're just like trying to have fun by playing like your favorite Time Wizard format, or you're watching content creators do like drafts and all that kind of stuff. Which I also agree with. That is, there's a lot of fun to be had in Yu-Gi-Oh! Outside of just the competitive space, which is something that I've been dealing with that as well in terms of content creation, because I don't only enjoy Yu-Gi-Oh! In competitive sense. I also enjoy a lot of these other things, which is it's been difficult for me to explore different directions in content creation because it feels like you're always trying to you're building up a community or a viewership for one thing. It feels hard to switch sometimes. Like, for example,
claiming to enjoy fun.
Really fun. I had blast, but that stream did have a couple hundred viewers less than what I usually have, which is understandable because normally people come here to watch like competitive Master Duel or whatever, right? Which is fine, but that space definitely exists, right? And there's a lot of fun to be had with Yu-Gi-Oh! In different ways. What I'm not getting just yet is what the midcore, like who exactly is midcore and why are they having a problem? Like is the argument that it's because I'm sure there's always been people like this, right? There's always been people who have like pet decks or favorite archetypes and they're trying to make them work, and they don't want to or don't have the finances to afford like a new meta deck every other month or every other set, which is completely fair enough. We're losing those right now, I guess, is the argument. I do think there's a point to be made that, I mean,
for context, Paul did make a post on Twitter sort of prefacing this or elaborating. I can't remember which order the tweet and the video came out in, but basically he was invited officially actually by Bandai to take part in the there was like a One Piece event or like Bandai Card Fest. So they had a bunch of One Piece stuff. They had Gundam TCG as well, which they were revealing. And he was talking about how he spoke to a lot of ex-Yu-Gi-Oh! Players there. And a lot of those ex-Yu-Gi-Oh! Players are exactly that middle of the pack player base that we're talking about, which is all of the people who play the game semi-competitively. It's people who occasionally will pick up the best deck or fully try and optimize their favorite pet decks. And the people who can't travel to every single event, but do go to locals every week, every couple of weeks, local regionals within their area, and maybe a YCS a couple times a year, potentially Nats as well. There's like the sort of middle of the pack player that perhaps ventures outside of their district and region. That's sort of the middle of the pack player. And Paul was talking about how so many of these types of players migrated over to One Piece. Number one reason they stated was cost of the game. And number two reason was the pace of the game. The Yu-Gi-Oh was just getting way out of hand with its combos, with its speed, with its knowledge that you require just to play a basic deck at a simple level. They just migrated over to One Piece, because One Piece gameplay loop is sort of in the middle park of where Yu-Gi-Oh was, which is like kind of like the Edison format. You know, there's like a couple of combos you can do here and there, but for the most part, you are sort of, you know, playing at a somewhat slower pace, and that's sort of the game that they preferred and recognized. So that's the context what he is, for Paul, is giving as the mid-core player, for anyone who did want more elaborated there.
I mean, I could see it happening. I don't have the numbers behind it, but I do think for those, I thought that there was going to be, or that there is going to be more of a emphasis on the financial aspect of Yu-Gi-Oh. That's what I thought when I read the title. And I'm going to continue watching in a second. I just want to forget what I was going to say. I think there's an argument to be made that like if you're very casual about Yu-Gi-Oh, you don't really have an issue with Yu-Gi-Oh being expensive, right? Because like if you're just trying to play your favorite format, or you're trying to draft with friends or whatever, right? You don't have to care how expensive the meta deck is and how expensive it is to keep up with the game. On the other hand, if you are super deep into Yu-Gi-Oh, like you're a hard.
So the problem here is like casual can sort of mean two things, right? I feel like personally, there's like casual and there's casual competitive, right? There's casual competitive, which is sort of what I've just described, that whole middle core player. But there's also casual where it's like they're just sort of completely out of the bubble of the competitive sphere. Like they open packs, they buy like cool looking fancy rarity 13,000th edition of Blue Eyes for their binder, and they'll draft like some funny packs with their friends once in a while. But then there's like casual competitive, which I think like needs to be sort of emphasized a little bit more. It's that middle core Yu-Gi-Oh player. It is that person who has a pet deck that they play, you know, hand traps in, disruptive cards. They understand the flow of the modern Yu-Gi-Oh game compared to a casual, which is just like, here's a Yu-Gi character deck that I'll fuck around with. You know what I mean? Like there's a difference between that casual and the other kind of casual.
Hardcore Yu-Gi-Oh player, hardcore competitive Yu-Gi-Oh player, you're like so invested into the game that you probably also don't have an issue with investing, because I mean most hobbies cost money.
Because like in the context of this Yu-Gi boomer like collector's, you know, character deck type of person, the concept of a hand trap is just like, you know, oh, that's like a competitive card, you know what I mean? But there is that sort of middle core casual player, semi-competitive casual player that exists, I think.
You're super deep into Yu-Gi-Oh, you're just gonna pick up like a new deck for the next thing. And that's, it feels kind of natural. Like, it doesn't always feel great, at least from my perspective, to pick up more Charmies for the next format or something like that, because it is a lot of money. But if someone is as invested into the game as I am, for example, it feels like that's just a natural thing to do. I don't question it every single time a new staple card comes out. I'm not going back to like, oh, should I really pick this up or not? I'm like, yes, I see myself as a hardcore competitive Yu-Gi-Oh player, so yes, I'm gonna pick up like the new stuff. That's just how it is. I could see for some people who are like right in the middle, like they care about Yu-Gi-Oh, they would like to compete, but they're not quite hardcore enough to where they don't question the amount of money a card costs. You know what I mean? I could see that being an issue, and those kind of people would then naturally maybe look at other card games because they're not so invested into Yu-Gi-Oh that it feels like impossible for them to switch. So like they see like, hey, this other card game, I can get a more competitive deck for like maybe the same or less money, right?
So
in other
This is
card
an
games,
hour and
you can
55
buy
minutes?
Another competitive, like.
Okay, never mind, fuck this. I don't actually care that much.
Bane just
Moving on to the
killing
next one. Oh, yeah, okay, I gotta finish this.
the game. Thing is, what
It's just the beginning part that most people have seen already, where Elon's clearly doesn't know what the fuck's going on. In the game, he's picking up maps. He doesn't know shit about fuck, really. Right? He picks up maps. He can't click on this. He picks a map and puts it in. He tries to click to be honest, I don't even know any of this shit. I haven't even made it to endgame. But he clicks on the map thing in the middle here, and then he tries to load a map, but he clicks on a map that's not in the chain. You have to chain the maps, I guess. And then he clicks on this again to try to go to the map instead of clicking on the crypt, like, portals here to go into the map. Anyways.
pisses me off is
Look, I totally agree with that. Okay, like if Elon wants to be even a pretend gamer, he totally just needs to own whatever level he's on. Okay, if he's played POE for like 2 hours, literally own it. Show us how you dodge the attacks on the Act 2 boss. You know what? That would be impressive.
Oh, there you go.
Okay? That would actually... Because that boss is hard if you're playing like a crap warrior with no gear. Like, legit, that boss is very hard. Right? So that's kind of the crazy thing about it. There's actual, like, really solid opportunities to show, like, cool content for someone who actually hasn't played the game very much. PoE 2 is exceptional at that. But yeah, like, this...
Well, I'm a witness.
This is disaster.
I don't know how much that can.
he was in that Joe Rogan podcast where you linked me the clips, chat linked me the clips, where it's bragging about how he was like, yeah, I'm the top, I'm the best. I'm the number one.
Steam name is Random9.
But clearly he's getting his shit piloted, so he's like, he's passing it off like he is playing, but he's not clearly anywhere near as good as he. Bro, there's no way this cunt is clearing. Okay, like, watch Woody Joe play Diablo 4, right? Okay, look at the speed in which he's clearing. Now watch Woody Joe play PoE, right?
I mean, that's
okay,
not really a fair comparison, but yes.
What did we just witness?
Basically, Quinn is saying that someone who'd get, like I've been saying, someone who's at that point in the game would have developed some like crazy good natural efficiencies in like getting a map, rolling a map, putting it in, going through, efficient pathing, efficient use of abilities, minimal time looting. Like, all those things need to come together for you to be a top player. Because it's not a game that's been out for 10 years, okay? It's a game that's been out for a few weeks. And all of the people at the top have literally spent every waking moment getting there.
Yeah, they're
Okay,
no-lifing
so
the top.
the people at the top, they are playing very well. All of them. It's like a necessity of efficiency. It has to be that way. There's no doubt about that.
What the fuck did that look like an efficient gamer to you?
So top 10 on hardcore is very difficult.
Bro, you and no.
And I've died several times trying to get there.
Yeah, it's like, and to like add on that, it's like different than like to be a top player, and this is way different, obviously, but to be a top player in like chess, for example, isn't a aspect of efficiency. It's an aspect of skill, knowledge, and dedication, which you could argue is part of like efficiency, but like that's the difference there. And why is that distinction important? Well, because in any new game, not even just Path of Exile, in any game that just came out, you can become the top person for a set amount of time, regardless of your skill, if you just put in the hours. Because, Jesus, if there's no one on the mountain, then you're gonna be the top of the mountain, no matter where you are on the mountain, if that makes sense, right? Like, you're gonna be the highest person on the mountain, no matter where you are on the mountain, if you're the only person on the mountain. I don't know if that reference makes any sense, but you don't need, like, you need skill to get to the top of the mountain. But if you're the only person on the mountain at the time, or you're the first person onto the mountain, then you can say that you're the best mountain climber because you're the only person at that level because you just went first or whatever. Or in Path of Exile's case, you're hardcore, you're no-lifing it and hardcore grinding. In RuneScape, the thing at the bottom of the screen here, if RuneScape reset tomorrow, right, like the top players would be anyone who just no-lifes it and skills a lot and gets his level. Now, it's RuneScape, so technically that is kind of like what makes you a good player is how much you can just grind it out, but yeah.
So
Has he now?
The poor guy's boosting his account. Elon logs
and I
in for
think
2 minutes
if you
and
were
kills
watching
it.
the stream earlier, you saw there was like a level 96 or 95 or 96 hardcore player died. So when someone on the hardcore ladder dies, it actually announces it to everyone in the hardcore, which is kind of cool. But that player is like extremely good.
That player's extremely good, so I must be extremely good, guys, right?
Above level 90 in hardcore is extremely good.
True.
And they still died.
True.
Quinn's
Facts.
just jealous.
Quinn's
the richest
patting himself
man
on the
alive
back.
who
Did
runs
Quinn just hit
several
90 today or
companies in
something?
Politics and is still further
Hello,
ahead
Switzerland.
than him.
It's like that meme where you award yourself, like the Obama
It's able
meme.
to hold a pretty good number of people simultaneously, like it's over 1 million.
So you haven't got 1 million viewers right now, Elon. You haven't got 1 million viewers. You haven't got what?
Like, Quinn, what are you talking about? He clearly does, because that's what it says, all right?
Sure, he has 1.2 million views.
Why would there be any misrepresentation of this from the person who owns the platform that is totally playing his own account and character? Why would that ever be exaggerated? That just wouldn't happen.
No way.
Dude, Quinn's off base here. He's totally off base.
He's lying about being top ranked. He's lying about his account, and now he's lying about how many people are watching his stream.
Yeah, we need to. We're still working on improving things for
Oh my god, bro.
game streamers.
No, that's not. That's the amount of total people have viewed the stream. That's not how many people are currently watching it. It's just not. It's not. It's literally not.
Quinn is just not familiar with
I
numbers.
see.
He just doesn't understand. It's okay, Quinn. Don't worry about it. Oh, are we up to 1.3 million now? That's pretty impressive.
Okay, this is pretty much as hard as it gets. So level 16, Waystone.
We haven't got to the point yet where he talks about his gear, which is cool. Literally reading. By the way, he's you can't really see it because it's covered in a bunch of bullshit. He's literally reading every single thing on the fort. Like, if you're a high level player, I don't think you need to read any of that shit, right? You just know.
Things there.
4
He
things.
might be just showing people. Oh yeah.
Waystone. There are 4 things there.
4 things.
4 things.
What are those
God,
things?
dude. 4 things. It's 4 things, dude.
That's what
You
happened.
are
We're real risky
not
now.
this far in the game and calling it 4 things. Stop, bro. Dude, stop. Oh my god, I literally can't.
Dude, Elon doesn't know. Elon doesn't know this. You can have up to 6 things. 6 things, guys.
6 things.
Elon, bro, why have you done this to me, man? I genuinely believe that he was actually playing D4, like, and he was addicted, right? Dude, now I just think it's dude, he clearly has no idea, bro.
Okay. I saw again like super surface level Elon like streaming Diablo 4. It was a lot more convincing than this. Okay. I would say that there is a non-zero chance that Elon actually plays his own account on Diablo 4. Non-zero chance. Okay. I will give him the benefit of the doubt from the limited amount that I've seen. Non-zero. Okay. I'm not gonna go ahead and guess what the number is, but non-zero. Non-zero, he plays his own Diablo account.
100%, some guy plays an account for him, he just logs in to do a map every now and then. That's why there's a tab called Elon's map. That's why he has no clue how to activate the Atlas or put maps
This
in or
is
do anything.
about as believable as the time Snoop Dogg was streaming that dog shit survival game while quote playing end quote.
I don't know that.
It's max difficulty on hardcore.
Oh shit, with
no lip
filter, and you just leaving fucking
If there's a way to get higher difficulty, I don't know what it is, but
Bosses that
everything
kill you in
maxed
one
out.
hit. And show us a boss, Elon. And show us a boss. Show us your dodging skills. Okay, I want to make another point here. I'm just gonna. No. This one. Okay, so if you see Elon's life bar, so this means that he is life and energy shield hybrid. Basically, what this means is that things can one-shot you. Okay. Like, not in these maps. Those maps are like not very difficult mods. But like, if you do like a boss, like if you are playing this game on like a minion build with 20k ES, nothing will kill you. Like you literally have to chase the fire on like the hardest bosses in the game. You have to chase you have to like run into the dumb thing non-stop, and then you can die, right? But like this character, it's not CI and it's not like Giga ES. It's a hybrid character. So this character actually will have a little bit of a challenge playing against the pinnacle bosses. This is not a free. It has crazy damage. It has crazy clear, but it's not a free kill on the pinnacle bosses. So maybe he'll show us some of that.
Oh my god, look at him go. He's popping off. Big dick. Max difficulty hardcore, brother. How do you see chat? Is there a way to see? Like, how do you see chat? He renamed his entire online identity around POE 2. And he keeps talking POE 2, but he doesn't even play POE 2. He just logs into some other guy's account and plays it for like an hour every now and then.
Whoa, Quinn, look.
Only verified, like, following accounts, right, can message? Is that what this is? The little purple thing? Or, like, subscribed accounts? It's great. Like, this is a bot message here, no? It's great to connect with you, Elon, while the imposters told us pretending to be you saying you're. Maybe not. That's too fucked up to be a bot. If not, could you give me some non-human advice? What? Woo. Get them. Cool.
What are you doing?
The chat is always just a funny thing, because it's just...
Who is he convincing?
It's, you know...
Some people don't know what he played right now. It's Diablo 4. It's not. Okay, I'm not dying. Oh, I can steal it. Whoop. Bye. Yeah. Yes, you can connect OBS desktop to Xstream Key Stream now.
It's not proven beyond
NPCs.
beyond a reason. Like, you know,
Play POE 2. Would you think this is like?
I haven't seen the DNA evidence.
Why does he need to do this? Wouldn't it be so much cooler if he was just like in the campaign and be like, yeah, I've been playing POE 2, this is my guy, and it's like kind of shit or whatever. But
See, this is literally what I said 5 minutes
having
ago.
a good time. He's saying, man, I love gaming.
Rewatch.
I've related to that so much more.
Absolutely.
I'd be like, damn, that's crazy. He's got time to like versus like doing this.
No, but here's the problem. Okay, he did that. Elon did that once. Elon did that one time, and it bruised his ego so hard. He vowed to never do that again and only be the best at or only pay people to make him look like the best of all time when he plays video games. He did that one time. He played Elden Ring, and he had like the most dog tier build of all time ever. But at least it was like a what the fuck did I just do? My phone, I just opened up a million things. Yeah, it was a dog tier. Where's the build? Hold on. Actually, well, I can search it here. Yeah. Elon Musk Elden Ring build. Right, like this was his build. Equip load will be lower if fast roll is needed. If fast roll is needed. By the way, he's heavy rolling. So he's not even close to fast rolling, but okay. He's got, as an avid Elden Ring player, he's got a vigor, mind, endurance. Like these are fine. Strength is fine, and then dex and intelligence. So he's got a dex intelligence build, if anything you want to say, blah blah blah. Okay. He's got the staff in main hand. That's not necessarily wrong. Right, you could play with that. I don't know what his spells are. But you can main hand staff. I've done it as if I'm spamming spells. He could be spamming spells. His armor set's a little weird to be doing that, but okay. The main issue is the two other blades with only 25 dex. These aren't gonna be doing crazy. This one, I don't know what's. Honestly, I don't even know what's on that thing. This could be doing okay damage if it's S scaling on int. I'm pretty sure this blade is S. Oh, hold on. Was it Moonveil? See, I know the blade. Fuck faces. Fuck you. Okay, Moonveil is a. Oh, it's B scale. Oh, it goes to BB. Okay. But yeah, BB means that you should probably have at least equal, but it's not really a big deal, I don't think, because you can, with the alt attack. Oh shit! Hold on, I get to be a frog. Where's the princess? All right. Okay. A frog token? Holy shit. Anyways. Sorry, that was really important. Yeah, so Moonveil has like decent scaling. What's the other weapon? I don't even know what that is. I think it's just a basic sword that he just equipped with thing where it like looks kind of cool. I think it's a dagger now. I don't know, it's been a while. So I'm just gonna ignore the rest. I would need to see the spells that he's using. But he's got the sorcery thing. He should have both of these. He should be able to boost the source. It's not a really big deal. It's not like a terrifying build. The main problem is the heavy load and the really it's just fine. It's a fine build. Actually, all things considered, it's like a relatively normal mage build. It's strange that he has heavy armor and he's I don't know why he has 2 shields. His active slots are fine. And then I don't know why he has multiple weapons, but like he really only needs Moonveil. Maybe he likes this, maybe he like he has both of them, but then this should be in this slot instead. So I don't really know why he has 3 weapons here. So the biggest issue is heavy load. Why is he on heavy roll? And then if equip load will be lower if fast roll is needed. I'm gonna hopefully safely assume that he would switch out all of his armor and he would get rid of all of his weapons and put on a lighter shield to fast roll, would be my guess. Like, this isn't disgusting, but this is the first time he did something normal and people dogged on him so hard for it. that he I think he took it personally and vowed to never do that again, and now just pays people to boost his account.
Like a facade. Doesn't have time. Yep. Doesn't. What do you mean? It's gonna be he's circumventing the reward loop, and he's killing the fun of the game for himself. For what? Just so he could say he's good at the game whenever he's not? I don't care that he misspoke there. This is obviously a T16 plus 2. This is a tier 18. So if he was actually gaming, he would know that it's a tier 18.
So the reason why this stuff isn't hard is because he's using those gloves that give him, like... Basically, it doesn't matter how much damage he deals. Every attack will one-shot every one of these monsters. And the Herald device, when one monster dies, it blows up on another monster. So when you're at that level in gear for this particular build, the more monsters they are, the faster they actually die, because the Herald device chains better, okay? It's not a big deal, but I just want to throw that in there. Like, if he did a map with, as Elon puts it, one thing, if he did a one thing map, it would actually be harder for this particular build.
But he just said it's a map with 4 things on it. This is weird. It's a weird vibe, and I don't understand it. Bro, even the transparency setting on his map. Like, that's just an obvious giga red flag.
What transparency setting?
Literally the transparency setting on his map.
What's he talking about?
Like, the fact that he's got, it's... Look at his map, right? Like, dude, I can't...
Alright, the key to survival is just don't get surrounded and trapped in a group of monsters. Those are my skills, basically.
Oh, he hasn't pressed tab once? I actually use corner map. My map looks exactly like Elon's. But, yeah, I do press tab when I need to see a little bit more zoomed out, obviously.
More gems.
Yeah, I don't think that's...
And skills. Blink is key.
He did press tab?
But
yeah.
I wasn't using blink before when Kekius died. I wasn't using blink properly, and I wasn't using meditate properly. So...
He wasn't using meditate properly, that's why he died?
He levels his guys. Like, how many times did he have to level up? Elon, please don't log in. He's not ready yet. Elon logs in for one map, just kills the character off again.
Why is it called perseverance? Well, it's a...
Oh, does he die? Oh, that would be so good.
We got it to the top 100, and then...
7 6 links.
I made a mistake and he died.
Stop!
Again, 7 6 links, it doesn't... Yes, that is believable, because the character that he has is like... It's like top 10-ish in hardcore solo self-found. 3 weeks in, you literally, to be there, you'd have to play almost every waking moment. Right? It's not unrealistic that he has 7 6 links. A character that, like a player that would have played that much, mostly in maps, probably would have 7 6 links.
I'm lying!
Oh, he's in trade? Okay.
How could you do this to me? You're the chosen one, Elon!
Hardcore trade. Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, your Neuralink, we're planning to have trials in the UK this year.
Who knows, chat? Hey, Elon Musk, man, that's cringe. Not gonna lie, bro. Like, you shouldn't feel the need to
like
just lie
8 more minutes
like that. To, I don't know. I do not understand to what end. Because all it does is it makes it you're more unrelatable. Well, I guess what you do is people...
Doo-doo, he said doo-doo. Everyone he said doo-doo, laugh at him.
Really brain dead people who have no idea to thinking you're hiring in a game that they have no clue about. Which then, what does that do? That does nothing. What's the point in that? I don't know what's the point of that. So you're going to trick a bunch of boomers into thinking you're good at games whenever the boomers think the games are cringe as fucking...
Look, Quinn's a little three-head on this one. Having like an army of kind of not the brightest people around on your side is like a really big deal. Guys, dumb people don't lose arguments, okay? You can't convince them that they lose arguments. They're infallible. Obviously, Elon wants those people.
Anyway, It makes no sense, and it's cringe being a part of the community. Like, I thought it was kind of cool. I was like, oh, that's cool that Elon Musk likes D4 and didn't think D4 was like, whatever, dude. Didn't think it's that bad. And that's cool that he's actually grinding it, bro. Like, he's grinding it. I thought maybe his assistant might help him farm a few paragons.
See, Quinn had the same take on the Diablo guy. Like, it's non-zero chance it's his account.
He clearly has no idea what the fuck's going on.
Like his Diablo gameplay was
he clearly
okay.
has no idea what the fuck's going on.
Okay.
That's a big Elon L, bro. What he is doing is he is just straight up a fraud, right? Like, he's saying he's top 100, and he's saying he's top this and top that, and it's really difficult and really, but he like has no idea about any. It's not even like he's doing it convincingly. It's like some guy's piling. No, like he has no. Bro, he was calling it. It's got 4 things.
What is that DPS?
You're just literally getting someone else to do something in private, and then you're taking credit for it. And then you're trying to show it off like you've done that when you haven't. Stolen valor! That's what it is. It's stolen fucking valor, bro. That is giga stolen valor. And he kept repeatedly saying that he was in the top.
I think the word stolen valor is mainly used for like military achievements. So I think it's not that. I don't think it's not valorous to kill monsters in Path of Exile.
100 whenever he was not, because he was obviously getting fucking boosted by someone else, because anyone who plays the game for more than 1 minute can understand that. Okay, and then he had the call to say also like, oh, the system's doing good, I can see we've got 1 million concurrent viewers right now, guys, when that's also just another blatant lie. And just keep doing blatant lie after blatant lie. It was just like, but no, I'm not hating, I'm just saying, I'm just calling.
So I don't know how like Twitter streaming works. Yeah. I just know that like a few people I follow, they stream with like 90,000 viewers, and I go in their stream and like the chat has no history. It's not like no one's typing in chat. It's like no one has typed in chat.
Yeah, no one has ever typed in chat.
So like I
and that's like I'm pretty sure the way it's been it's not you can't really verify this, right? Because you can't look at the code, I would assume. No, didn't he open source the code? Can't you look at the code? I thought it was literally basically that how it works is every time someone looks at the thing, it counts as a view on the thing. And that's true for videos and that's true for anything. But it's so sensitive that the moment you scroll on it, it'll count as a view towards it. So that's why you'll always see these bullshit videos. It's like, oh, the interview between Peter Polyev and Jordan Peterson has a gazillion views. Holy Christ! Oh my God! Truly, the blah blah blah. And it's like, well, no, just like a bunch of people scrolled past it. I don't know how many people actually watched it. It's kind of impossible to know. It's the same thing with the streaming, where the moment you scroll past it, it counts as a view on the thing, and it's just counting views. It's not counting concurrent viewers, and it doesn't have a concurrent viewer counter. And you can kind of tell that because the chat is definitely not spamming enough for 1.3 million people to be looking at it. That doesn't make any sense, right? There would be way more. Now, it's just on members mode, so maybe it'd be less spammy, but probably by not that much. If I don't know, I don't know. It's just weird to me. If you can easily pull 1.3 million people to watch, you could probably pull together a couple 100,000 people to be. Especially as, like, yeah, to be subscribers, I would think. Like, there would at least be tens of thousands of people that would be subscribed. And that chat was not spamming hard enough to be tens of thousands of people, I don't think. Not that I would know, but... what the fuck else was I going to say? Yeah, so that's how, like, the view counts are counted on there. So, like, basically every single view count is kind of, like, fucked on that. Oh, I was going to say, in contrast to that, with shorts, or like a lot of with shorts, I think it's more sensitive. But with like YouTube stuff, if you click on a video for, I don't know the exact seconds, but if you click on a video for like 5 seconds, like if you just open a video and you're like, oh shit, and close it, it won't count that as a view. You have to watch it for a unspecified amount of time, I don't know what it is, to count it as a view.
Something.
And then you can also just see in like your data stuff, whatever, you can see how long people actually watch your videos as well.
Thing definitely doesn't work like it works on Twitch.
out his blatant lies, bro. Like if he's gonna do a blatant lie.
Yeah, on Twitch. Oh, I don't know about Twitch. How Twitch would be another good example, especially for the live stream. And I don't know how it works on YouTube either. Is how long does you have to watch a live stream for it to count as a view?
I'm gonna be like, okay, well, it's obviously a lie. And
how
what's
long
sad
after
is
you watch
I would have loved.
Does it say you're not
Like,
here anymore?
if Elon Musk was just playing the game legit and he was just raw dogging it legit, and I wouldn't care what rank he is in the game, what he's doing. That'd be so much cooler if it was actually him playing and actually him, you know, talking about his real experiences instead of just doing this fake acting bullshit. Like, why does he feel need to just like put up this massive facade and try and bait everyone into thinking he's some god gamer when he's actually a dog tamer? That's like, you know, I don't know what to tell you.
Whoa.
I thought, okay, he's some god gamer when he's actually a dog.
Bro, what is this map device? How do the portals go in a semicircle? I need this. What is this? Is it like the furniture thing?
Okay, right.
I didn't catch that before.
Should I just leave this? Yeah, fuck.
It's the $480 pack. Oh, damn. Oh, that's a little expensive.
Tamer. That's like, you know, I don't know what to tell you.
What else is in it?
I thought, okay, he probably got helped out a little bit by assistant every now and then. The reality is this. I thought there was a bar. Assistant does a lot of grinding. This is Elon here, right? And this is like his assistant or whatever, right? But actually, it's like this. This is what Elon's doing. He's got a tab called Elon's Maps that his guy puts in. And this is some, you know, some guy in fucking Asia, dude. Random guy. And then he's saying, oh, yes, I'm the top 100, my guy. I was playing it. I did all this stuff. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm the #1 guy. I'm going to go.
I'm going to have a retake. I'm going to retake Quinn's take here. This isn't a random guy. This is like a handsomely paid top Path of Exile gamer. Okay. There's definitely one winner in this situation, guys. This random guy. This guy is winning right now. Okay, he is winning. I hate to break it to you, Elon. You're not a top 100 anymore. I'm gonna need some overtime. This guy, he's got the richest person on the planet by the balls. Okay.
On a podcast and talk about I'm the best guy and I rank 1. I'm one of the best players. What can I say? It takes a lot of skill.
Whenever you have no idea what the fuck, you can't even put a map into the fucking map device. You're calling like the modifiers on the maps like things. You're getting the map tiers wrong entirely, like just straight up. Like, he clearly has no idea what the fuck's going on. Leaving chaos on the ground.
It's kind of repeating stuff now.
How are you on AC Trade getting that gear, that currency?
Is this how we react? We just like repeat our points a second time?
And you don't have a loot filter.
Is this how we react now?
On pause.
Like,
Bit check. Wow. Look at this fucking fit. I look incredible in this. Good layering with the sweater underneath. I don't know if I'll wear this out today because it's fucking freezing fuck outside. Yacht damn. Yeah, I'll leave that pause for now.
Genuinely, ask yourself that question. I mean, it's just not happening, bro. It is not happening. What are you trying to prove, bro? just triggering me. I have autism. I don't like liars. I don't like people that pass shit over. It's like one of my fucking pet peeves, bro, is when people say some shit when they're actually full of shit. Elon Musk praised himself as an amazing father by his alt account. You're an amazing father, Elon. You get to very lucky. Wait, what? Oh my god, bro. Oh my
Bro, he owns
bro.
Twitter.
I really hate when people are fake and let others pilot their accounts.
Meanwhile,
This is like playing with the toys you already own.
Help me get to max.
This is not an outrage, Quinn. I'm sorry.
Watch back at 126, by the way.
This is like playing with your toy trucks.
Any more proof he shares. He hovers over his gear.
Okay, fine. It is pretty great gear. It's could be better, but it's pretty great.
Oh, well, okay.
Could be better. I'm pretty sure it's perfect here. I don't know anything about this, so I'll let the masters talk about it. I'm pretty sure they're about to say it's perfect gear.
I mean, it's an advanced barrier. Okay. With attack speed, crit damage, crit bonus. Okay. Yeah, just, 200 divided with 2.7.
It's like a surreal item.
So you can see, like, this is...
Describe
So this is a great staff, but it's only a level, 62 staff. Like, it's actually very hard to get equipment in hardcore.
It's only a level 62 staff. So,
Oh my god.
this item here, it's advanced, it's not expert, which affects the base damage a little bit. But these, like, affixes are... I'd hate to say perfect, but they might be perfect. It's a double % physical, high flat, flat crit, and attack speed. I'm not sure if you want crit damage or if you want plus the melee skills. I'm not sure. The thing with Monk is a lot of the skills are not melee. Like the Herald hit is not melee. Yeah, but I do not have an item anywhere near this good. This is an insane item.
So,
Why did you make
like
TTS?
level 95 with my
So the other thing is the actual fizz damage on it doesn't really do anything. The attack speed is probably the most important thing with the Hand of Wisdom in action.
staff is only level 62. So I haven't been able to find a better staff.
Okay, dude.
I'm sure they'll mention it, but just give my layman's understanding of items. I'm pretty sure how this works, right? Is that you have the... You can't even see my mouse. Whatever. You know what it, if you know, you know. On the affixes, which is everything that's in blue, that's underneath. So you have your name on top, advanced, blah, blah. And the name is like, whatever. Then you have a plus 20 quality, which means that they've just used quality items on it to increase it to the quality level of 20, which I think is the max. Physical damage stats, that doesn't matter. The affixes, which is everything down here, including the white, I think, but the white is just the base affix on the item itself. The rest are all randomly generated affixes in terms of what the affix is itself and what it does within a range. So if you were to hold Alt on this item here, it'll show you like I think they call it the tier of the item. And let's say this says between 150 and 200% increased physical damage. He has 177, which is on the higher end of that. I don't know how rare it is to get a full 200. I don't know any of those numbers there, but it'll give you a range between some of the stuff won't have a range and some of them will. So this could be like a top tier item, but really what's the important bit is that it doesn't really matter the numbers between the numbers. It's like the more rare kind of, I don't know, aspect to it, but just the affixes that he has is the important part, right? Getting increased physical damage and adding physical damage and increased accuracy rating and crit hit chance and critical strike damage and increased attack speed. All those are like, because one of these could have been a boost minion level by 1, because melee weapons can also have, I think melee weapons can also have minion increases because some classes have minions with them, right? And like Crip said, he doesn't know if melee builds prefer crit damage bonus or if they prefer melee abilities or whatever the fuck, increase level. So you can have an affix here that says increase the level of all of your melee skills or whatever by 1 level. I don't know if it's melee or what, all your monk skill, I don't know. But I have it for minions where it says all of your minion skills get increased by level 1 on my scepter. And so that's like good. And in this case, it's unsure if it's good because let's say if you have your main damage dealing ability, if it's not considered a melee damage, then it wouldn't get the bonus from the level up, but it will get the bonus from the crit. If that makes sense.
I'm level 95. This is tough.
Oh, and to tie this back to level, it has nothing to do with your level. That's just like the required level to equip the weapon. It has nothing to do with the stats below it. Well, I think it's tied to it. Like why it's a level 62 is because of all these affixes here, but it doesn't really have anything to do with it. I think every time you generate a weapon that's like this, even a better version of it on the higher scale of the like tiers, the required level wouldn't go up, I don't think. But I don't know that.
I was only 62. I mean, he should say it's an advanced one. Why isn't he saying it's advanced, bro? What does he say? What is he?
You know, in over 30 levels.
Oh my god, bro!
Oh, is he saying that he found this staff at level 62? Is that what he's claiming? He found this item at level 62. I don't know about you guys, but my level 62 character is only level 62 for like 9 minutes. Wow.
Oh, stop!
My helmet is level 56.
Bro!
It's the helmet again. 413 energy shield. With life. Int, lightning, and chaos resist.
Oh no, I don't have enough inventory space. No, I just wasted this.
Okay.
Did it just drop on the floor?
It's only 56, guys.
It's 400 ES, bro. He's got a 400 ES with chaos res and lightning res helmet, bro.
Like, I'm pretty sure now. I don't think this matters right now because my character's super way lower level than his. Like, that's a level 90 character versus my like level 40 something character. But he has more energy shield than my whole health bar.
I've been playing this game just fucking giga hard at minus 342, bro. What is he even talking about? That's
I think the highest ES helm I have is like 300. It's like Quinn level.
like that's an insanely good helmet. No magic find though, bro. What's up? He doesn't need magic find because he's actually loot stuff.
My helmet is level 56.
Okay, he clearly has no idea what he's talking about, right?
Amulet level 61.
That amulet doesn't look that good.
Bro.
That ring is crazy.
Bro, if he says this ring is bad, bro, I swear to...
Adds 10 to physical... Okay, yeah. Add physical damage. Add fire damage to attack. Add evasion rating. 8% to all... This is all meaningless to me, but the first two things look crazy. Oh, wait. Grants one additional skill slot. Okay, yeah.
God, bro.
Level 48.
I don't have one of those.
There's some rarity in this one. Okay, alright.
49.
Oh my god, what is that item, dude? 500 energy shield hybrid? Oh my god. Guys, so hybrid loot in POE 1, it's like if you have something that's evasion and energy shield in POE 1, it's like 70% of the value of a pure energy shield or a pure evasion. In POE 2, it's literally half. It's half. So to have a hybrid ES chest at 500 energy shield, it is equivalent to having a pure energy shield armor that has 1,000 energy shield. However, This one has an implicit modifier, so this is not even the best base for the hybrid. So this, like, the affixes on this item are like getting a 1100 ES chest on the best base. Like, I didn't even know it goes that high. Like, just like, so you guys understand where I'm at. I didn't know it goes this high, the ES on a hybrid. I've never seen one that high.
1.3k evasion. To be honest, that chest is kind of mid. That chest is kind of mid.
What?
Yeah, that chest is kind of mid. I got casters and 1.6k evasion. Like, oh wait, his one's hybrid.
Oh, he.
Are you kidding me, bro?
Quinn lost me there for a second. He didn't see the energy shield.
What the fuck? Oh my god, this one's like twice as good as mine. But what the fuck, bro? What the fuck?
So I really have no idea what any of that means. I would assume that if you have an evasion rating and an energy shield rating, it's somehow worth more. I don't know.
Is this?
At least a level 75 jacket.
Jacket?
Wait, what?
I guess it's a jacket. I've just never heard anyone call body armor in POE a jacket, but
Oh, I keep forgetting to level.
it's a jacket with 6 things. Yeah, this is my jacket with 6 things that I use to do maps with 4 things.
At least a level 75 jacket. Yeah.
Yeah, tell us how bad the item that only drops from the highest difficulty of the hardest boss. Just tell us that it's only level 52. Did you find this at level 52? That's impressive.
Level 52 here.
Bro, Elon Musk is a fucking fraud, bro. He's a fucking fraud. Why is he's a fucking fraud, bro? He just highlighted a Hoa and said level 52. I don't know what to tell you, man. I legitimately have no idea what the fuck he's on about. Legitimately. Like, what? Like, this is crazy.
That's the best glove in the game by like a colossal. It's the most OP item in the game by a colossal margin.
His gear is fucking cracked, bro. His gear is fucking
70.
cracked.
So it's like equipment's not like, it's actually pretty low level compared to my character level, but it seems to work pretty well.
What's the chat?
Yes.
It's because, like, the fucking eye level requirement really is not necessarily associated with how good the equipment is, and that anyone who plays the game would understand that. You could have like a level 28 ring and it could be fucking crazy good.
The stats are great.
Like a unique that's level 5 and it could be integral to your build, or perhaps your Hoa gloves that you said were only level 52, which are actually like hard carrying your fucking ass, bro. Holy fuck.
Okay. That's pretty good. That was pretty good. I didn't realize the playthrough was that much of a disaster. I didn't know that. It's actually kind of insane. Oh man. I kind of wish he'd stream more. I want to see Elon stream now. Yeah.
Okay, next video.
Are we doing the react?
What is this?
I got an. It has
Okay, this is Carl.
candy. Are we gonna react to moist? Okay, let's react. Alright guys, so a little bit of a briefing here. This is Moist Critical Charlie. He streams and stuff, a lot more variety than I do. And he's got a enormous YouTube channel where he has good takes, but it's like kinda like a news channel. Like he's very rarely personally affected by the issue he discusses. I mean, hell, I guess that's the case for everybody. But yeah, it is more of like Charlie's take on the news. He did go over the Elon Musk playing POE thing, and a lot of you guys really enjoyed the video that Quinn made, and a lot of you guys really enjoyed the react that I made to Quinn's video. So we are going full circle. It's meta mode.
Dude,
He's
I'm
going to react
hyper meta.
to the general situation.
I'm reacting to
but
the reaction to
Quinn's
the reaction
video
to the-
has like huge traction, and my
Omega
react
meta.
to his video has huge traction, and the topic in general has huge
And I'm playing
traction.
RuneScape at the same time.
Like people on
Omega
Reddit
meta.
have like the forensic mode, like full receipts. It's madness. Ultimately, personally, I don't like deeply care that Elon Musk might be pretend playing video games. I think it's just dumb. But I do think it's funny. So, yeah. Oh, okay. So his title is Elon Musk fraud gamer situation is pathetic. Okay, so I guess we probably have some idea. All right, let us know. What's up?
Longer before fully diving in on this, but I've talked about it on stream, tickling the subject here and there, with Elon Musk's weirdest lie so far about being a Path of Exile 2 top player. For as long as I can remember, Elon has always touted himself as basically a gaming god, where anytime he picks up the sticks, he becomes one of the best to ever do it. And he's been trying that with Path of Exile 2, puffing out his chest, popping his collar, letting people know that he has...
So, I just kind of want to weigh in. I've been in the whole gaming sphere most of my life at this point, like a huge majority of my life. There are an enormous amount of situations where the best gamer in a game is touting themselves out there, and a lot of the time it's not really the case. A lot of the time it's a mix. You know, like even I can even speak from experience. Was I really the best player in Diablo 3? I mean, who knows? It's Diablo 3. But we went for it, you know? In terms of combination of luck, skill, and being stupid enough to go for it and wasting as much time as we did, you know, that combination of things we did win out on. Does that make you the best player in Diablo 3? You know, I'm not going to put it on my resume, okay? But some people are. And some of those people basically just completely suck at the game in general. Quinn made like another video on the whole situation, and there's like a podcast there. Might even have it in this video. And like Elon said that he was one of the best Quake players. So the way to do this is just to play Quake. Like if you're the best at something, the best is just to show. Like he literally has a platform that he can stream it on. He doesn't need to tell people if he's really good at something. He just show people, right? That's kind of the way that you want to do these things. Apparently, he's like the best StarCraft, best Diablo, best Path of Exile 2 now. Quite a resume.
As one of the top characters in the game, which he does, except it's very clear from the live stream he did, it's not actually his character. He has one or a team of people that actually pilot this character, and they just give him permission to go on the account to flex it. It's not a hurricane machine.
Alright, let's be honest. They don't give Elon permission to flex on the account.
Yeah.
It doesn't work in that direction. It is without any doubt whatsoever, if the case that other people are juicing these accounts for him, it is without question that Elon would be flipping the bill. Otherwise, these guys would have the juiciest drama story. They'd be on like NBC News tomorrow, okay?
Yeah, dude,
the guys piloting.
They would be able to 10x their money by just leaking the story. Yeah, like Elon has to pay them a lot so that they don't even talk about it.
His accounts, okay? The reason that's not happening is because, again, if these guys exist,
Elon's paying.
they are running away with a gigantic payday, okay?
Yeah.
They're making
actual
probably
bags of
more
money
money
with
than
dollar
anyone
signs
else
on them.
playing Path of Exile in the world. And honestly, that's awesome if that's the case. But just to be clear, these guys aren't like allowing Elon to borrow their account. Like that's not bro. There's no.
In conspiracy theory, it is beyond a shadow of a doubt true that Elon.
I mean, there's potential that there's one meat watcher that like fucking dick sucks Elon enough to do that, but like, are you really like the odds that you're so good at POE that you're the top 10 player in the world, but you're so dumb to just let Elon use your account and parade it around it as his own is like abuser levels of like I don't even know. Like I don't know what
Elon Musk does not play this game. His account that he showed is definitely not played by him. And it's very clear through the live stream, which we'll go through in a moment, because Quinn made a great video breaking it all down to
Quinn's video
show
was really
just
good.
how obvious it is.
We'll
So
link
let's
it.
start off with some context. Elon Musk's
Okay, so this is actually the follow-up video. So the video that I reacted to,
Right.
it was like hilarious. This is the CSI version.
Yeah,
This is the we got him. I'll be honest, if it was me, I wouldn't have made this video. This is kind of like a Reddit thing. This is where Reddit kind of takes things and they run with it, and the receipts are on paper. But I guess Quinn thought he was the chosen one. Quinn's hero was shot down from the godly clouds of gamerhood.
character is currently level 97, aka rank 12 on hardcore, that's permanent death mode. Currently, what is their highest ranked player? They're level 97, same as Elon Musk. So, I mean, he effectively has been playing, pretty much just doing nothing except playing Path of Exile. So let's just go over
Incredible.
some of the things that happened.
The reason I wanted to wait
gamer.
a little longer before diving into the spaghetti and meatballs of this is because I wanted to see Elon's response to it, because I know he's seen it. He is more addicted to social media than an Overwatch gooner. He is glued to this shit 24/7,
Probably.
so I am confident he is well aware that the entire gaming community is privy to his fraudulent claims of being one of the top Path of Exile players. And I just wanted to see
This must
how
sting.
he would tackle that. Because his responses are always glorious. It's always the most cringe shit imaginable. Where he posts like an AI photo of himself as Iron Man. I am Irony Man. You call yourself the Joker, yet you can't take a joke. Ironic. And I wanted to see him do some garbage like that for this, but he hasn't yet.
Guys, he owns Twitter. Okay. Like, you know when you're like 5 years old and you got like trucks and you know how you can do anything you want with the trucks? You can run over a truck with a different truck. Yeah. Twitter is Elon's trucks. He bought it for like 50 billion or something. Well, that was his weekly allowance, bro. Okay? He made it back already. Right? He's playing with his toys.
And I just really want to talk about it because it is so clownish.
And he
I don't
opens
know how
up
to-
his...
I don't even know how to feel about the, like, you would have to assume he's made the money back from Twitter, but not from Twitter itself. From his ability to propagandize and get like Donald Trump, get into the pocket of Donald Trump, right? Like that's how he was able to profit there, right? Like that's how he did that. Because isn't his wealth like, wait, hold on. Worth Elon. Yeah, it's like 400 fucking billion dollars now. He used to be like on par with Jeff Bezos, and now now I don't know. Shit like this is weird because because who else? I don't know if it gets weird at this level. Or maybe it is weird at this level. But it gets weird because what is this value from? Does that make sense? So Jeff Bezos is worth this much because Amazon. Bill Gates is worth this much because of Microsoft and a bunch of other philanthropic stuff that he does, basically. But Microsoft. Mark Zuckerberg is worth this much because of Facebook. Bernard Arnault is worth that much because of what is it? It's a fashion brand? Mark Cuban is worth that much because he owns a bunch of different stuff. He owns the what basketball team does he own? Does he own the Orlando? Does he own the Magic? No, he owns the Mavericks, right? Yeah, the Dallas Mavericks. So he owns the Mavericks and a bunch of other business ventures he's done. Besides X, and I guess Tesla, which I don't know how much he's divested from, and I guess SpaceX, like, I just don't know that the valuation is there for those companies, but I could be wrong. And but that doesn't really explain like the incredible jump from like when he bought Twitter to now, right? So he buys Twitter and he goes from like 200 billion to like 400 billion. And that doesn't seem to be explainable by fucking X. Like X, his company has not turned a profit. There's no way, but it may have benefited him in a bajillion other ways, right?
Bank, and he goes to a tab called Elon's Maps,
That's pretty
which
funny.
immediately is a little bit of a red flag because I don't know why you would refer to yourself in third person, but okay, he does that. He then proceeds to walk up to his map device and go to put a map in. The literal first thing you learn upon getting to the end game is how to
Do the
operate
map
this
with
map
4
device.
things.
You're going to start off at a node, and then from that node you can go to adjacent connected maps. Now, Elon, he's trying to click.
Oh, he's trying to do the map that's not in the chain.
He's just clicking a map repeatedly, trying to access it. He was not eligible.
I want to point out that, you know, much like Elon, myself as a god gamer, I kind of learned the system roughly in like 5 seconds. You basically click on it like once or twice, and you realize that the ones that you can click on are the ones that have a bright light on them. You're like, oh, that's how it works, and then that's how you. So it's not. This is not a mechanic that it takes like hours to learn. Okay, this is like a 5 seconds type of mechanic.
To enter that map.
I just want you guys to understand, this is one of the highest level hardcore characters in the game. He would have played thousands of maps at this point.
I don't know how many of you have ever subjected yourself to the torture of trying to watch an Elon Musk stream, but they are agonizing when he tries to stream a game, because it's like 30 minutes of...
I'm gonna have to disagree. Another L take. They're hilarious. Bro.
True.
Is he not paying attention? The Path of Exile 2 stream was amazing.
It had 1.3
There's so much
million
content
views
in
on
there.
it. Dude, what'd you see?
You just gotta read between the lines.
actual nothing burgers where he will sit there AFK and all you get is just background noise. The banging of pans sounds like shit falling over. It's like listening to Legos exploding, and then he'll like occasionally talk and he's still doing nothing, and then maybe he'll do like briefly one map. Watching Snoop Dogg...
I just want, once again, guys, Twitter, it's his, okay?
Oh, hold on. Actually, do I? I guess. Stop. Yeah, this is all I really wanted to do.
Unfortunately, but it is. It's his trucks, okay? He can do what he wants.
stream when he left and just left it running for like a day was more entertaining than trying to sit through an Elon Musk Twitter stream. They're fucking brutal. So Quinn going through this cut out a lot of that, and when he's actually trying to play the game, he doesn't know what he's doing. So what he's showing here is he has that tab called Elon's Maps, which is a weird thing to do, but he's a quirky guy. Maybe he refers to himself in the third person. You could maybe try and
some
conjure
people
up
actually
some kind of
do
argument
that
there, because he is just so peculiar as an individual that he would do that.
Extraterrestrials, man, lizard
But
people.
The big smoking gun
The reptiles
in this
are real.
intro is that he doesn't even know how to use the in-game map. He doesn't know what he's doing. Like, I'm not even to that point in the game, yet looking at that map, I can tell.
In my opinion, there is no smoking gun. The whole thing is just smoking. There's just fumes.
It's actually, yeah,
Okay.
it's just a smoldering.
The building's on fire. All right, you can't even. If there is a smoking gun, you can't see it. It's under the flames.
Tell you what is and is not accessible just through the basic understanding of how games work. He is clicking on a grayed out node. He is repeatedly clicking on it, expecting something different to happen. It's fucking grayed out, goofball. You clearly can't go there yet. But he doesn't understand it.
Anyone who's level 97 is, and you know, we're talking one of the most efficient players in the game, period. There is no way you would do that. Why just like sitting there like some sort of...
I also want to add a little bit of context. There's one thing that really prevents people from getting to high level in Path of Exile 2. Do you know what it is? It's a really big thing. It's why my character is only level 93, and instead of getting it higher, I made like 5 other ones. It's because mapping's boring. Yeah. After you get to the point where your character is like soft finished, just like mapping is just like not that interesting. So doing it to level 97 means that the character that made it to 97, the person that played it, did it like 5 times more than I did. Okay.
Of geriatric old man clicking this node, expecting something to happen, and then he finally kind of gives up after a while, and then realizes his mistake. We then get a look at his inventory. So Elon Musk is stuck going into the map and with full bags. If you're an efficient player, you're going to clear a map, you're going to loot the valuable items.
And you're going to sell the trash, keep the good stuff, salvage the bad stuff. Everyone knows that. It's not just being an efficient player, it's just being a player in general. Elon Musk goes into it with a full inventory. You don't have to be a Path of Exile player to know that that's pretty stupid. If you're playing a game that revolves around...
I think this is like, I'm gonna soft disagree here. I think the standards of when people turn on the camera and play a game, people expect them to be good. I think someone like Charlie here, he goes to the POE category and like everyone is efficient. He logs into POE and everyone's efficient. For me, I've never forgotten the days of playing World of Warcraft with top players that would keyboard turn when they are sitting in Illidan's fire. Okay, we gave Warglaives to these people. Okay? And these are people that this is the only game that they play, and they play it all day, and they're a high level. Like, there is a level that's below super efficient Twitch streamer. Okay? And people are allowed to play on it. But being one of the highest people in hardcore PoE 2, and again, I stress this in my recap of the game, because he's one of the highest level, and because the people he's competing against have literally played every waking hour, because this is not a game that came out 10 years ago. It's a game that at that point had come out 3 weeks before. So for him to be that high level, he actually would have had to play efficiently. Okay, but it's not a default of anyone playing the game. No, that's not how it works.
Around getting loot, why would you go in with no ability of collecting loot? It doesn't make sense. Unless, of course, you're Elon, who doesn't actually play the game and can't wrap his head around that concept that, you know, having a full inventory kind of defeats the whole purpose. You'd want to get rid of your trash. Or if all of that is just treasure, just absolute beautiful loot you don't want to part with, you'd put it in your stash. You wouldn't take it into the map with you because you need the space in your inventory. That is like actual basics. And he's already failing on the most fundamental aspects of playing not only this game, but any games even similar to it. It's actually a rookie mistake that I myself was making when I was first starting this game, where I was just taking unnecessary shit with me. I didn't realize just how quick and easy it was to just go store it or sell it. You can just click a single button, it'll make a portal to the town, and you can just sell it and then go right back through that portal to where you were. You don't lose any time or anything. It's not a hassle or a chore, and it's...
You definitely lose time. Okay, guys. Competing with the top players in the world in hardcore PoE 2 weeks after it came out, you definitely don't go to town to, like, sell inventories just for the sake of it. You typically try not to do that. You try to do one inventory per map because you have to teleport out at the very end of it anyway. So what you actually do in, like... Not that... I feel like a dickhead kind of going over this, but yes, that's not actually how you do it in PoE 2. How you do it in PoE 2 is you literally just identify stuff while you're playing, which is really hard to do, by the way. And then you just drop the crap on the ground, and sometimes when you get to town, you actually have an inventory of only good stuff, okay? The example of like teleporting mid-map, you don't want to do that unless you absolutely have to. There are cases where you absolutely have to if it's like a Giga Juice map, though.
Something that once you start playing the game, you become privy to. But Elon Musk doesn't really play this game, it seems. Yet, somehow has one of the top accounts in the whole fucking hardcore space.
Watching.
How odd.
So what I'm doing here is just boosting my shield before battle via meditation. Meditation before battle is always good.
And he starts killing monsters. He starts obliterating monsters with his character. But what becomes obviously apparent...
Chaos Orb, no loot filter.
Is like he's just running past Chaos Orbs. He just ran past the Chaos Orb.
Chaos Orbs are one of the most important currencies, and they're also really rare. I have about 140 Exalts. I have like 9 Chaos Orbs. Just so you guys understand.
This fucking goober doesn't even have the wherewithal to loot one of the most valuable currencies in the game with a Chaos Orb. So I'm 30 hours deep. I've seen one. I've seen one in 30 hours.
I've seen
and
none.
He just runs right by it. He doesn't know the game at all. The only thing he loots are completely meaningless waystones. They're not fully meaningless, but for where he's at in the game, it's not what you'd be prioritizing for loot. But the reason he's clicking the waystones is because those are what's highlighted. Meanwhile, Chaos Orb wasn't highlighted. So in Elon Musk's little like caveman brain, not shiny, not need. So he just ignores it.
Now look, if GGG doesn't want to highlight the item, it's probably bad, right? That's just how it works.
Doesn't know the game.
It's unfathomable for someone to be in the top ranks without loot filter. Yet Elon Musk, the god gamer, he doesn't play with a loot filter. The only thing Elon does pick up are maps, because the default in-game loot filter highlights those.
I just want to point out that I also didn't use a loot filter until like a really long time into Path of Exile 1. I started using a loot filter around like Legion. So like 5 years after the game. They had loot filters for like 3 or 4 years and I just didn't use them. And people would come into my stream and complain. It's like, why don't you use a loot filter? And I just tell people the loot filter is my eyes. Okay, guys.
True.
However, I picked up the damn Chaos Orbs. Okay. If I ever felt like I would miss stuff, that's the exact moment where we start to use loot filters.
Those things are worthless. The actual items of value that he should be picking up, that he would have had to pick up in order to get the gear, leave it on the ground. He gets to the boss, he's fighting the boss, and I want to say for about 10 seconds, he sits there and he's out of mana. Mana is a resource in this game where you need it in order to use your abilities. He just sits there, default attacking the boss without activating his mana flask. Anyone who's played the game and understands the character would understand, like, oh, I'm not doing any damage because I'm out of mana.
There's no explanation for him being bad at this character at this level. If he was the one that has been piloting it this whole journey, he would have mastered it. And what Quinn is pointing out is that he clearly hasn't. You can tell from his gameplay. When he's fighting this boss here, he is out of mana for an inexcusably long period of time. In Path of Exile 2, if you go out of mana, if you play League of Legends, you can immediately pop a mana flask and get it back to continue optimizing your DPS. He doesn't do that. His character is juiced out the wazoo, so he's able to get away with being so dog shit. But the fact that he doesn't pop his mana flask for like 10 seconds is crazy to me. And anybody who plays the game. It's not him being some kind of chess master galaxy braining this, where he's being frugal with his mana. Well, actually, I made a calculation that it would be suboptimal if I had popped one of my fucking 20 mana flasks at this moment, because
the mana flask will also regenerate every time you kill a minion, and you probably just have infinite. Well, he's the boss. He only needs to use like 2.
Nah, I'm one of the top players in the game.
And the mana flasks, they have they can have up to like 11, 12 charges, I believe, maybe a bit more.
Yeah,
it's just the health flask around 10 charges. The mana flask even more than that. There's a lot of charges. So you have like lots of mana flasks. Basically, when you're normally playing the game, if you're like pretty good, you'll literally never run out of mana because you preemptively use the mana flask because it's like a regen mechanic.
I'm thinking, well, 5 steps ahead of you. It's just him just being bad. It's him being bad at this character because it's not really his character. Whoever is piloting this account behind the scenes and boosting it lets Elon go on and do these really easy maps where even when he's super shit, he can get away with being bad and not be punished for it.
He then goes on to loot items off the ground.
They actually weren't the easiest maps. It's just his character is... I mean, I don't like go around snooping, seeing what gear people have, except for like Gazi, because I want to see how good his builds are too. But yeah, he had the best gear of any character I've ever seen in Path of Exile 2. So that's why these maps are trivial. These maps weren't like easy. They actually are like the highest level maps with things on them, as Elon likes to say.
Yeah,
it's just his character is like just like it's out of this world basically.
he starts dragging them into his bag. Like, I don't even know how to describe to you how painful that is to anyone who actually plays the game. And his bags are full, and he just keeps clicking it over and over and over again. Nobody, not even people who are kind of noobs at the game, do this. I don't even think Elon Musk has done the campaign, honestly.
I also don't think he's finished the campaign. I'm going to go a step further. I don't think he...
Yeah, as a noob, I don't... It may be 2 clicks before I realize that my inventory is full and I can't pick up the item. Maybe.
Has ever really played an ARPG to a high level at all, including Diablo. Nobody, I mean actually nobody, is going to drag their loot into their bag once they spend any amount of hours in Path of Exile or...
Okay, I'm going to add a little context here, and I'm going to disagree again. His mouse movements were pretty bad. They're indicative of playing with, like, you know, those little thing in the middle of a laptop keyboard. Like, if I use that, that'd probably be kind of like how my mouse movement would be in his gameplay. So, God, I hope he's not using that. You know, being the richest person on the planet, you typically hope you have something a little bit better. But what I want to point out is that the etiquette for inventory management in Path of Exile is very different than it is in, like, Diablo. Okay? In Path of Exile, if you want to pick up items without dragging them, you actually have to close your inventory, then pick up the items, then open your inventory again to check your items. It's actually not super intuitive. It's intuitive for me because it's the exact same as in Path of Exile 1, and I've been doing that for like 11 years. Okay, but it's actually not like super intuitive for someone who's not getting like advice or like learning the game from like a guide. It's actually not that intuitive, I think. You also like move things from a vendor screen, and you can like you know, basically speed manage stuff in your inventory with like holding control. If someone doesn't know that they have to hold control, they are going to play the game like Elon, especially if they're using the little itty bitty thingy in the middle of your laptop keyboard, which again you should never use. Please throw your laptops in the garbage if you have those.
Or Diablo or anything. No one's going to be doing that. That is a mistake that only your grandpappy would make if you sat him down to play this game, where you just slowly drag in the loot. Nobody fucking does that. So I really question the authenticity of his claims of being one of the top Diablo players through his own sheer blood, sweat, tears, and elbow grease and cum. I think something similar has been happening for him on Diablo, where he has people behind the scenes playing the game for him, and then he just goes on occasionally to do a couple maps to flex on Twitter streams.
So that's absolutely likely. But the thing is that it's one of those things where, you know, if someone gets caught like stealing or something, they're just going to say it's that one time, but it's the one time they got caught type of thing. So yes, it's absolutely likely. I haven't rewatched it, but I saw some of like his clips of playing a little bit in Diablo, and it didn't look that bad. It looked pretty alright to me, honestly. It looked pretty alright.
You're also an innovator there.
Yeah, I played a lot of video games.
You think about like StarCraft, any game where a lot of people are playing, to rise to the top, you have to be exceptional, period, as a human being.
Yeah.
There has to be something exceptional about it.
Yeah.
Are you in the top 20 in the world or the top 20 wow, in Diablo?
Yeah.
A ton of people are calling this into question now after watching the Path of Exile stream, because those are transferable skills. If you're really good at Diablo, you should at least be pretty good at Path of Exile. And he's just not. And he lacks the basic understanding of ARPG fundamentals. So how the fuck could he be one of the top Diablo players and be this clueless for Path of Exile? It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't compute.
His settings on the map transparency are turned on by default. His life values are turned on. All these basic settings that anyone in the top 100 would do, he is not doing. Maps can effectively have different content on them, and that content will be signified by icons on the map. So it could be a map which has an expedition in it, a breach in it, or it could be corrupted. Elon starts looking through the atlas, and he finds a map with, I kid you not, 4 things on it.
There are 4 things there.
The 4 things!
This one has the real risk of dying.
4 things.
The 4 things. The 4 things of...
What is the map that he put in? They gotta cut it out. So the mechanics themselves aren't dangerous, especially for a character like his. It's whatever he has on the map. If he has like
4 things there.
Dangerous mods on the map, you
this
can
one
absolutely
has
die.
a real risk of dying.
I didn't see 4 things. What are those things?
God, dude. 4 things. It's 4 things, dude.
You can't just write this off as him being lazy and trying to put it in layman's terms, because this stream of him flexing his Path of Exile 2 achievements isn't made for, you know, your uncle or something who's a big Elon meat swallower. This is like specifically catered to gamers. So it makes no sense that he would just write that off as just 4 things, and also his settings make no sense for someone in the
And you know what's the most annoying thing too about this? Is that every person that'll defend this will be people that don't play video games, but for some reason identify with Elon about playing video games for some dumbass reason. Like, it'll be like, you'll see a guy, if you reply on Twitter or whatever, like, oh, like, this is wrong, like, you can't do this in this video game, whatever. And then some guy will just, like, reply with, like, no, you can't do this. I have, and it's just clear that this person has never played a video game in their life. And it's like, how did Elon target this audience, miss entirely with this audience, but somehow still capture other dipshits who think that they're in this audience, but actually don't ever play video games? Like, what the fuck is happening?
top 100, no loot filter, and all of the basics still on. That's
Again, I totally agree with that, but like I'm really anal about like settings on a game. Like the first thing I do when I play a game is I like look at the controls and I make sure they kind of work with how my brain works. It's like the first thing, and then I need to see everything. If I can't see those, we have problems, right? So it's the first thing I do, and I'm sure it's the first thing most people do.
That's how I play. And I am nowhere near a top player in Path of Exile 2 at all. It doesn't work. That excuse of him just being lazy, it doesn't work. He could not achieve what he has in Path of Exile 2 with these settings and the way he approaches the game. It's clearly just not him that has got the character to this point. He doesn't know what those 4 things are, which is why he calls it that.
You knew the breach.
He then goes on to say, oh, kid you...
This is max difficulty on hardcore. If there's a way to get higher difficulty, I don't know what it is, but this is everything maxed out.
Path of Exile has...
So I said it's like, go do a boss. Apparently, Elon did stream Arbiter of Ash like a week or something into the game, and he died. So it's kind of funny because, you know, it's like nitpicking, but like, even with his super limited knowledge of Path of Exile 2, he actually knows there's harder content. Isn't that funny? Out of the small amount of knowledge that he proven that he has, he's still managed to contradict himself.
Boss fights and end-game bosses, which are quote-unquote difficult battles, which Elon actually did do in one of his streams, where he just went into the end-game boss and died repeatedly to it. Maps are just farming. You go into maps and you farm them for loot and experience. They're not the most difficult battles, and I don't know if he's trying to deceive people watching a stream into thinking that he's doing some insanely hard thing, whenever he's literally doing something you do to effectively grind or...
No, dude, those maps where you one-shot the screen when you left-click, nah, dude, that looked way harder than
so much harder.
That boss fight. Nah, this...
farm.
I don't know what's harder than those maps.
Path of Exile 2 was like listening to the out-of-touch writers in CSI, where they'd have things like, yeah, I have all the top scores in every MMORPG ever. I am elite noob slayer. Like, when they try and relate to gamers, that's Elon with Path of Exile 2. It's such a weird thing to lie about, because this isn't a cool thing to anyone that's not already playing Path of Exile 2, but anyone who plays the game would immediately recognize he's just making shit up and doesn't actually know what he's doing or saying.
Yeah, but he's not impressing. He's not trying to impress
This
those
is
guys.
a max difficulty Turbo XL Super Arcade. In fact, I'm the only one that's unlocked this difficulty setting, and I just wish it was a little bit harder, because for someone of my intellect, it's just a bit beneath me. But yeah, this is maxed out difficulty on hardcore. You can see I'm breezing through it. I wish I could increase the difficulty a little bit just to stimulate myself.
Then Elon needs to get some dude to program a thing where they hire Charlie and it comes out in like Elon's voice, and they just put that voice over like Ben playing Path of Exile 2, and Jesus Christ, that would be impressive. Oh my god.
A bit more, but yeah, it is what it is. I'm just too good for it. Like, the way he talks about this game while clearly being clueless on it, he's actually infuriating. I can't fucking stand it.
I think it's hilarious.
Elon Musk starts going over his gear.
Content.
This is a great staff, but it's only a level, 62 staff.
His weapon is, I kid you not,
It's awesome.
one of the best, if not the best staffs on the entire hardcore trade league.
Yeah, that's
you
what I said.
Cannot even buy
best
it.
gear I've ever
Insane
seen.
weapon.
Not only does Elon have a staff that you can't even buy, but it's so good that second best one, which is missing 2 of what makes
the second best one is, it's not even close. It's just like they're showing, it's like, oh yeah, this staff is, it's not almost, it's not even close. Like you're missing 3 crit, which is 30% more crit. It's missing the crit damage, which I didn't know this, but on a weapon is a multiplier to your multiplier. So it's missing another 30% damage on your crits. It also has 10% less damage. Okay, you can go put in a calculator. What do you get when it's like 1.3 times 1.3 times 1.1? Yeah, it's like 75% more damage. So Elon's staff is almost double. The only staff that even comes remotely like when I said it's the best gear I've ever seen, I was not exaggerating. It wasn't like I had seen gear that was like almost as good. I had not seen gear that was almost as good.
a staff so powerful for an invoker, which is the crit and crit bonus, is still 20 divines, and that's obviously very expensive.
Here I am, like, level 95, but my staff is only level 62.
That is something that you learn pretty early on into the game, that the actual level of gear isn't the most important part about it. That's just the requirement to equip it. Quinn gave an example that one of the strongest, most meta builds at the moment uses a weapon that is level 1 requirement. A level 1. If Elon Musk had that on his stream, he would have probably blown a fucking gasket. He would have had a conniption, thinking that his boosters were doing a bad job. But they're doing such a good job that it has become blatantly obvious.
The funny thing is, if this situation is actually what went down, the truth is that as good as his staff is, using a Pillar of the Cage guy, which is a level 1 unique, actually probably is still pretty comparable with the right build. It's pretty similar in terms of power. It's just such an overpowered unique. There's actually some chance that if this whole situation actually happened, that Elon literally just asked them to get a better item, and they're like, all right, Elon, I'll do what I can. I'll do what I can, Elon. I'll get you the highest level staff I can.
Yeah. Yes, that Elon is not the one behind it.
True. I could totally see that fucking happening. Oh my god, true.
At all. His weapon is nuts, yet he is fixated on it being level 62, thinking it's beneath him because he's a much higher level. He doesn't grasp...
I never saw this ladder in my life. Why can't I climb it? I'm not experienced enough to go up there? What does that even mean? Wait, what? Hold on. I never saw that. I'm gonna keep doing this out here, but wait, what? How do I get to... Wait, how do I get up there?
The concept that it's not the level that makes the weapon good, it's all of the blue stuff there. You can't reach this point in the game without that basic understanding. You just can't. Like, he's talking like he needs to upgrade his weapon soon. Like, yeah, I need to get myself a better weapon, you know, one that reaches my potential at level 95. But for now, this is getting the job done. I'm able to do all of this with such a low-leveled weapon.
So again, it kind of tells me that Elon actually does play, at least to a much larger degree, Diablo. This is kind of how it works in Diablo 4. Up until last season, if you found an item and you were like max level, the item's requirement would be like ridiculously high. So having an item that had a level requirement that was really low
now I
actually meant that you found...
That's the thing I need to have level 500, which I'm 15 levels away, and the Zamorak robe. Right, okay. Okay, now everything makes sense. Last time I read this wiki, I was like, what is it talking about here? Like, the first floor requires a total level of 500. I'm reading all this like level, like first floor stuff. I'm like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about first floor? But now I get it. I thought it was like the first floor in the other map, like the other one. Hold on. Pretty sure. Shit. Pretty sure the other one is here. That's the other, like this also has Wine of Zamorak in it. In the wilderness. I thought like, oh, this one must have the level 2. I'm not going there. Like the second floor. But no, they're calling that the first floor. But I guess because who does that? Who calls the first floor? Is that fucking Euro Bros? Is that made by Euro Bro? Like, so for example, in Canada where I live, where I am right now is the basement. The floor above me is the main floor. And then you have like upstairs. Well, I guess you could call that the first floor. But like the main floor and the first floor are synonymous. In houses, I shouldn't use houses as an example because a house is like weird because you have like an upstairs and a main floor and a basement. But like on no, I guess I'm wrong. If I press floor 1, or am I thinking of it backwards? Is there someone else that does it? I don't know why I've gotten this in my brain, but I'm thinking about it. No, everything says ground floor. But no, I think first floor and ground floor are almost synonymous. Almost? I think it depends on the building you're in. But I'm also probably totally wrong. Because, like, hotels, no, because the ground floor is the lobby floor. And it's on the ground. Or it's whatever floor is the lobby. You press lobby. That could be the first floor. If there's also a ground floor. But usually if I say first floor in a hotel, I mean the first floor with rooms. The first floor in a house, usually, I think maybe that's why I brought it up, because I think sometimes, synonymously, I could say first floor, my first floor, because it's a 2-floor house. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm right. Okay. I live in a 2-floor house, because it's got a first floor and a second floor. Yes. And the first floor is your ground floor. Right. Okay, that's what I was thinking of. But anywhere else, yeah. Okay. So I'm like, I'll give myself half wrong. Because in a building, in any other building, you might call it first, like ground floor, first floor.
And just kind of letting the game. Thing is, what pisses me off is,
look, I totally agree with that. Okay, like if Elon wants to be even a pretend gamer, he totally just needs to own whatever level he's on. Okay, if he's played POE for like 2 hours, literally own it. Show us how you dodge the attacks on the Act 2 boss. You know what? That would be impressive. Okay, that would actually, because that boss is hard if you're playing like a crap warrior with no gear. Like legit, that boss is very hard. Right? So that's kind of the crazy thing about it. There's like there's actual like really solid opportunities to show like cool content for someone who actually hasn't played the game very much.
The hardest part about that boss for me was I have a lot of fire spells, and so like a lot of my damage came from me being able to put down. Why am I walking so far away? I don't even know this far. I'm just gonna de-aggro. It's from me being able to put down flammability and then I want to call it enchanting my minions so that they toss fireballs, firebombs, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, and then that's where like most of the damage comes. But the flammability doesn't go off. If you click right on him, nothing happens. It just casts into air. You have to click in front of him, but you have to click in front of him on something that's like actually on the ground, so his arms or whatever. And it's like, it was just stupid.
POE 2 is exceptional at that.
And I'm gonna make a short clip.
But yeah, like this is disaster.
he was in that Joe Rogan podcast where you linked me the clips, chat linked me the clips, where it's bragging about how he was like, yeah, I'm the top, I'm the best.
Yeah, my Steam name is Random9.
But clearly he's getting his shit piloted, so he's like, he's passing it off like he is playing, but he's not clearly anywhere near as good as he. Bro, there's no way this cunt is clearing. Okay, like, watch Woody Joe play Diablo 4, right? Okay, look at the speed in which he's clearing. Now watch Woody Joe play POE, right?
I mean, that's not really a fair comparison, but yes.
What did we just witness?
Basically, Quinn is saying that someone who'd get, like I've been saying, someone who's at that point in the game would have developed some like crazy good natural efficiencies in like getting a map, rolling a map, putting it in, going through, efficient pathing, efficient use of abilities, minimal time looting. Like all those things need to come together for you to be a top player. Because it's not a game that's been out for 10 years. Okay, it's a game that's been out for a few weeks. And all of the people at the top have literally spent every waking moment getting there. Okay, so the people at the top, they are playing very well. All of them. It's like a necessity of efficiency. It has to be that way. There's no doubt about that.
Did I just roll into the...
What the fuck did that...
Found it a really long time ago when you were lower level and almost certainly makes it crap. Okay, so just I know a lot of you guys play POE and you find this concept like he's so out of touch. It is actually kind of how it works in Diablo 4, more or less.
It's fucking insanity.
my helmet is level 56.
Int, lightning, and chaos resist. Okay, it's only 56.
Amulet level 61. Ring is only level 48, 49. At least a level 75 jacket.
It's a
at least the jacket's
with
75. Yeah,
six
true.
things. Yeah, tell us how bad the item that only drops from the highest difficulty of the hardest boss.
Elaborate.
Just tell us that it's only level 52. Did you find this at level 52? That's impressive.
Level 52 here.
They can only ever be level 52. Bro, Elon Musk is a fucking fraud, bro.
Pretty low level compared to my character level, but it seems to work pretty well.
It does.
You
It does
can
work pretty well.
Seems to work pretty well is an understatement. He is a fucking force of nature with this gear. He is beyond juiced. The actual pilots of this account have done an extraordinary job of making an absolute deity with this this gear here.
Guys, if this whole story ends up being the actual case, let's get one thing right. Elon hired the right people. You know what? Those guys doing a bang-up job. Really impressive.
And yet Elon can't recognize that because he's not the one that did it. He only mentions the item's level, the least important part about items in the game. And once again, the excuse of, oh, he's just being lazy and he's trying to put it in layman's terms so people can understand. People know, like, level 62 versus level 95. Well, no, because that doesn't work because the 62 is extremely good regardless of him being level 95. He could be level 1000 and that level 62...
I'm really curious about the second floor thing. I'm wondering if I should just run and do wood cutting and wood burning. Fire making. I don't know why I call it wood burning. Fire making until I get 15 more levels, just so I can see the top floor. I have like 100 something K worth of shit here, so I might just do that. Oh, and I also have to go to things so I can buy, because I have all the spells that I want now, so I can come back here pretty quick. I just need, I have the law runes. Oh no, I actually have all the runes. I forgot they only need law runes. I don't know why I didn't do mage sooner. God. Well, I got dropped literally a mil, so. Some guy gave me a mil because he came up, I was fishing, and he came up and said, guess a number between 1 and 20. First one to guess it, I'll give $1 million. And I typed out every single number. I was like, you didn't specify that in the rules. And then he gave me the win. It was just, I don't know if I need all these, but I don't care. We're gonna go to Varrock. Oh, teleports me to Falador. I'm in Falador. Yeah, okay. But do I need anything else? No. Mage bank. 1 second. Holy shit! Okay, yeah, I don't know why I do this myself. I don't know why I always do this myself. Every time I play a fucking game ever, I'm like, should I be a mage? And then I say, no, I'm always a mage. And then and then I don't play the game as some kind of mage. And then I start playing mage. I'm like, yeah, this is why I play mage all the time. It's just so much cool. Oh, sorry, you get to teleport for free to wherever not for free, but you get to teleport wherever you want. Oh, based. Oh, you get to cast massive, awesome spells. Oh yeah, who wouldn't want that? Fuck me, man. Do I have an X? Do I have an X? I must have an axe somewhere, no? What? How the fuck do I have a level 36 woodcutting and I don't have an axe anymore? Okay, I mean, that doesn't make any sense. I don't know what I did with my axe, but it's gone. Or I'm staring at it and I can't tell. Yep, I don't know. Oh wait, I need. No. Oh. Whoopee! Let's do price. Might take a while to sell. Can I use a Runex? Mithril Rune is at level 41. Okay, so I have to use Adamant. Oh, maybe that's why? That'd be my only explanation, is that I don't know why I would do that, but I got like rune smithing. I don't even know. No, not rune smithing. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. That's not what I want. Typing axe in chat based. What's happening? Bye. Oh. Scam me. What do I want to cut? I want to cut willows. I just have to do this quick. Oak trees. Willow trees from 30 to 60. Dropping logs, oak trees are higher experience rates until level 60. Okay, I'm gonna do oak tree. I'm not dropping them, I'm setting them on fire. And I just have to walk west.
The weapon is still going to be fucking unbelievable. Like, he just doesn't understand how the game works. He just doesn't. Like, if he didn't want to go into detail on everything for his gear during the stream, that's fine. But he is actively saying that the gear isn't really good because of its level, which is so false, it's laughable. That's why he is being giggled at by both Crip and Quinn during this.
I mean, it was really funny.
He is beyond clueless as to what he's even looking at and what he's talking about. And from his gameplay,
he's probably not going to include it because, I saw Rax react on his stream to my reaction. Just 'cause, I like Rax. Yeah, sure, I'll check it out occasionally. But they skipped the part at the end of my react. I was like, dude, this content's great. I want more. When's the next stream happening? I just find the situation actually entertaining, right? I just
what do I do with the frog token?
I feel like there's this hyper cynical angle that I feel is a little bit overblown. It's just it's just funny.
It seems he doesn't even really know how to play the game itself either. I would wager guess he's maybe spent a couple of hours actually playing the game, but only clearing maps. I don't think he has ever picked up a piece of fucking gear in his life or worked on a build or anything at all. I don't think he even knows how to use skill gems or support gems or anything. I bet if you asked him to bring up certain things, explain why this gem is where it is, he would have no clue why. If he brought up his skill tree, he would have no idea what's even on it. If you asked him about trials, he would hit you with big fucking question marks or just ignore it and move on.
I don't even know how some of those work.
He doesn't know the game. And he proved it with this live stream here. But the question needs to be asked, why? Why even lie about this in the first place? Again, this isn't something cool to people who don't play Path of Exile. But anyone who plays Path of Exile is going to recognize that you're a fraud. This is not your account. If he was honest about it, saying hey, I tried Path of Exile, I really liked it, but I don't have time to grind it, so I paid people to grind it for me, I think people would have a little bit more respect for that, as opposed to him cosplaying as one of the top players.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I mean, These dudes are passing it off that he's not impressing anyone who doesn't play POE. I don't think that's true. Bro, like in this video, he showed, is it Joe Rogan, right? How Joe Rogan's so impressed that like Elon is a top Quake and StarCraft player. You know, Joe doesn't strike me as a gamer. He probably has no idea what those games are like. Right? It's definitely impressive to total noobtards.
Pretending he's the one actually putting in the work and doing it, when he's definitely not.
And if you needed any more proof that Elon is 100% boosted, he was playing the game today inside of maps blasting while simultaneously on a X space.
Yeah, RIP. So Elon's account Percy did die, and in hardcore that is permadeath. And I'm not sure if it was Elon that died on it, or if one of the people he paid to boost it made a mistake while grinding. I'm not sure. But I love the idea that it was Elon who bit the dust on it and bought the farm, because the people that actually put the hundreds of hours into getting this account so juiced out the wazoo are probably fucking furious. Like, they set Elon's maps aside, which are very easy maps for him to clear for the sake of flexing on Twitter with this account that they're actually putting the work into, and yet somehow this bumbling buffoon still finds a way to...
Look, if you're spending hundreds of hours to gear up a character for some rich dude, you've already gone.
Yeah, you actually... There's no way they're mad. Because guess what? You just get to get paid to make a new one, right? Like, Elon might have stopped paying those guys because they got the character up to, like, a high-def level. He probably is like, oh, that's good enough. Thanks. Right? Now they get to make a new character. They're fine.
Through...
You're being paid to play POE. They don't care. There's no way they care. Now, they might care if, like, a goal was set, right? So, like, if Elon gave them a performance bonus for, like, if you get the character to level 100, which I think is unheard of or whatever, but, like, if you get the character up to, like, insert high obscene number here, I'll give you a performance bonus, and then Elon logged in one day and killed the character. It's like, oh, bro, what the fuck are you doing? Then you might be pissed, but they're just gonna play. Yeah, like, they're gonna keep playing. There's no way.
The mental of it. You've already been there. You know, the moment your hands off.
You've already been there, and you were already there, not getting paid. So.
The character might be the last time you ever play it.
Die on this overpowered character, just reverting all of their hard work to zero. It's just a beautiful thought, because they set aside easy maps for him.
More billable
maybe he got
hours.
A little too big for his britches. Maybe what happened is he saw all the people, you know, calling him out for obviously not playing this game. He's like, okay, I'll put on my big boy britches and I'll do some hard content, and immediately just gets fucking washed, like just actually rinsed. I'm very excited to learn how exactly this account perished, because I feel like he'd probably mention it. You know, like, what happened? What went so wrong? But yeah, I wanted to talk about that.
He forgot how to use meditate properly. I heard that can really get you in hardcore PoE. I heard it from one of the best PoE 2 players, actually.
This a bit. It's such a weird, stupid thing to even lie about in the first place, and yet here he is telling blatantly obvious fibs. He's got all the money in the world.
Secret crazy boost to cooking. Just stand here at the lakefront here. People will drop trout and all the fish in the fucking world here. You can just stand here and go back and forth and also drop cook fish. Just cook for hours. It's like fucking crazy. I don't need it though, because I just fish and I cook at the same time. Like, I'll fish, I'll cook, and then I'll run and bank it. I could fish, cook, then drop, arguably. I might start doing that. Because since I can do Zamrock now, again, because I'm not an idiot, and I just didn't ever do magic for some dumbass reason. Now that I can do magic and I can get Zamrock wine, I can make all the money in the world. So I don't really need to worry about money. So I can start doing, I can just drop. Not that I really need the money from fucking fishing anyways. Cooked fish I don't think sells for a lot, but it was a good idea to, I don't know, I like banking shit.
And all of the insecurity imaginable. He has this desperate, insatiable appetite for unconditional love from everyone.
I mean, people with lots of money, this kind of checks out. This is kind of their, like, it's like their MO, you know? It's, yeah.
and in this pursuit makes everyone hate him through being just a lying cringelord. Like, this is such an unnecessary lie to even tell. He just wants to be viewed as the smartest person to ever grace this fucking space rock that we live on, and the best at everything he even attempts to do, even when he's just not. He could have actually probably scored a ton of brownie points with gamers by saying, hey, Path of Exile 2 is a really good game, I'm learning it right now, watch me stream the, the early game content. And people probably would have actually really applauded that, because he's playing it on his own two legs here.
I mean, it's absolutely the case, but, humility is not, it's not their forte, Billionaires and humility, it's a bit of a divide.
He's playing and learning it, and that could have been a really easy way to relate to gamers. Like, hey, this game's great. I'm gonna start learning to grind it. I'm not very good right now,
It would
but
not
if
be
you want
as
to check
funny.
out my
That's
early
true.
game, here's the stream. And I bet it would have been received far better than this dog shit. He is poorly playing an account that has never actually been piloted by him. But it's an account with a lot of prestige because it's so high ranked, and that is like the most appealing thing to Elon. It's just, it's nonsensical. He's so fucking cringe, it's crazy. That's about it. So, yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. I also want to thank Elon for once again delivering fantastic content for my stream and the community surrounding it. So thank you very much. It's been a great help for our Clips channel. Make sure to subscribe to Casual Crypt. Yep, more content coming.
Okay. On to the next video. I just have to use the washroom for. No, I just did washroom. Oh, I guess I should also pick up the. I don't care. Okay, why is this lot like? I just pick up the ashes, I think, and get prayer. I'll be right. Oh, that's not cool. Oh. Okay. That always works.
Name dropped on
Oh, wait.
Phil DeFranco. Oh, that's pretty cool. You know, I was actually subscribed to Phil DeFranco. I was like subscriber number 500 back in the OG YouTube days. I actually unsubbed a few years later when his content was more like kid, PG oriented.
Elon Musk has been
Dude, this is like a 30-minute video. Okay, fine. Let's check it out.
getting absolutely tortured for being a weirdo liar by millions of gamers, but he's now responded.
Millions of gamers? Are we there now? Oh, we're at millions? Holy moly, I didn't know we're at millions.
To talk about today, starting with Elon Musk.
Damn, he's looking fit.
Is a fucking lying loser. Those, understand, are not my words, but rather what we've been seeing gamers saying after months of Musk claiming to be a top player in games like Diablo 4 and the new Path of Exile 2, which then led to accusations that he bought the accounts, as well as speculation from people in the community like Moist Critical that Musk just has a need to be seen as cool and smart.
It's such a weird, stupid thing to even lie about in the first place, and yet here he is, telling blatantly obvious fibs. He's got all the money in the world and all the insecurity imaginable. He has this desperate, insatiable appetite for unconditional love from everyone, and in this pursuit makes everyone hate him through being just a lying cringelord. Like, this is such an unnecessary lie to even tell. He just wants to be viewed as the smartest person ever graced this space rock that we live on.
I mean, this is really kind of stretching it a little bit, but yeah, kind of.
And the best at everything even attempts to do, even when he's just not.
Okay, but let's back up a bit here, because this entire situation...
Like, for the POE thing, the wildest thing is that he wasn't, like, his stream was, like, showcasing hard content. It just wasn't, because it was, like, the most juiced character imaginable, doing regular maps. Like, there was no bosses. It wasn't, like, a new character that he was, like, leveling up, which, you know, if he did that himself, he would know himself that it would be harder. And, like, you know, there's a great opportunity to showcase his ability to play video games, if that's even true, by just, like, god mode dodge rolling, like, the Act 2 boss on, like, a ass-faced hammer warrior. You know, that would really be impressive, you know.
It's been playing out for months now. I mean, as far back as November, you had Musk bragging about his gaming on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Are you in the top 20 in the world? The top 20? Wow, in Diablo.
Yeah, SXC.
Do you want to tell everybody your handle? No, don't tell them. Don't tell them. It's not worth it.
Well, they actually listed me with my actual name in the list.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, there's only 2 Americans in the top 20. The rest, almost everyone is from Asia.
And now more recently, he's been posting on X about Path of Exile 2, which is a much harder and more complex game in the same genre that had its early access launch in early December. With him, for example, on December 17, streaming, fighting the final endgame boss as a way to show off Starlink's connectivity while even airborne. Also, appears he's been playing on the hardcore game mode, which means that if his character dies even a single time, that
my fire making burning, because this is only netting me how much XP? 80 instead of 90. But the XP from oak logs, because I'm staying here, is better. But I wonder if I'm not banking either one. I think here, no? Or, no, in here. I think usually here is where I do it. I'll go here. Let's just travel straight south.
he has to make a new character and regrind all those levels, so it's not really meant for casuals. Which is then also why a lot of people were surprised when Musk revealed via his Gaming X account that his new character Percy was already on the leaderboard.
Elon Musk's character is currently level 97, aka rank 12 on hardcore, that's permanent death mode, trade league.
And then on January 7th, he did.
And I gotta give it to Quinn. You know, when I first saw his video, I just felt like he was like twisting the knife in a little bit, but he kind of dumbed down the situation for all the other media channels to grab it. Overall, pretty big brain move, I would say. I doubted it at first because like I probably wouldn't make a follow-up video just for repeating the same stuff, but yeah, it seems to actually have been really effective.
Did another live stream with the character, which was now level 97 and way up on the leaderboard. And it's this live stream where borderline irrefutable proof came out that Musk wasn't playing the account himself normally, at least according to very experienced POE hardcore players and streamers like Quinn and Kriparian earlier this week.
God.
So I'll say as a quick note, when this happened and people started talking, we didn't cover this. It was weird, but Elon's weird. We were kind of just waiting to see if Elon himself would respond, which he actually did today, so that's what we're talking about. But apparently, the first big giveaway was his level. For example, Quinn pointing out that getting to 97 is a major feat and it takes fucking ever.
2 weeks into the league, when people are playing the game, literally, they're staying up 40 to 50 hours without sleeping, only playing Path of Exile, and they are the most try-hard guys in the world. The highest ranked player on the hardcore trade league was level 93.
We then see him point out that despite only being 4 levels away, it's a big grind to get to 97 since the time required is exponentially more, summarizing that Elon has pretty much only been playing POE.
Level 97 is like absolutely insane, but judging by the first few days isn't really like particularly accurate, but like I think Quinn kind of over-exaggerated that it took players so long to hit 93 when the game came out, just to illustrate the point of how much time it takes to go to 97. The difference between 93 and 97 is vast. Okay, so yeah, that's why he's doing that.
Must be especially true because his Percy character was seemingly made in early January after his original character Kekimus Maximus died. So it isn't a month of progress, but a couple of weeks at best doing almost nothing but playing Path of Exile. But then another red flag for Quinn being that Musk had items used for doing endgame content stored as Elon's maps, all of which were relatively easy to complete. The reason that stands out is that if you're organizing your items, you're not going to write fills, maps, fills, currency, but
from my experience, like I got like a second character like 89. That took like no time at all. Like I could level from level 1 to 89 in like one stream, but I couldn't level 92 to 93 in one stream. And like I just can't tell you how exponential it is. I don't know. I don't know. It's very exponential. It's way more. Like after 90, each level is way more than the previous level.
Just maps, which to them seem to imply that someone else had set these aside for Elon. Not to mention that
Elon Musk didn't play Path of Exile 1 and Path of Exile 2. Maps are actually called Waystones, and he never actually refers to them as maps. He calls them.
Another round here. This is a hard level Waystone.
So it's just kind of weird that he's again called this tab Elon's maps. So almost like someone who's a Path of Exile 1 veteran, is kind of making that tab and be like, Elon, there's a tab there called Elon's maps. Grab your map out. I've rolled them all for you. They're nice and easy.
You also Quinn saying that Elon clearly doesn't know how to navigate the endgame's core system by clicking on something that is inaccessible over and over, because he'd need to have interacted with this literally thousands of times to get to 97. We're also pointing out that when he's fighting a boss, he runs out of resources despite having ways to refill it.
Speed running the video.
He doesn't have what's called a loot filter, which hides or highlights gear depending on how important it is. We're saying that he's just using
the guys in Quinn's video, he shows like a POE 1 no loot filter screen. It's amazing. Oh, that's not the right one to skip, Phil.
Game's default, which no one uses that far in the game. We're saying that the filter is universally used, and I mean universally because the amount of stuff that drops in the game can be overwhelming. It makes it easier to see the good stuff that drops to pick up, which Musk could have used because he just walks by one of the game's most useful and valuable currencies while playing since it's not highlighted in a special way.
But what becomes obviously apparent.
Chaos Orb, no loot filter.
Like, he's just right past Chaos Orbs! He's right past the Chaos Orbs!
Chaos Orbs are one of the most important currencies, and they're also really rare. I have about 140 exalts. I have like 9 Chaos Orbs, just so you guys understand.
But then finally, regarding what people have pointed out, I'll end with how he describes items. So in short, it's claimed that he doesn't know the fundamentals of how gear works. So the non-technical version is that Musk claims that his gear is very good, despite likely being among the best in hardcore right now.
This is a big staff, but it's only a level 62 staff.
His weapon is, I kid you not, one of the best, if not the best staffs on the entire hardcore trade league.
So I actually think Quinn should have ironed out this point a little bit more because I don't know if he'll show it, but Quinn's video is really good on this. But this is the one part I think he could have ironed it. He just twisted the knife a little bit more, So he shows this staff, and right after he shows like the next best staff that you can buy on hardcore, and it's a staff with 450 damage. It's also a block staff, so it's still a good base. It has the attack speed, but instead of crit chance and crit damage, it has like just garbage, like reduced attribute requirements or something. So they're not close. Like they're not close. I did go over this in my review of this video, but I'm sure some guys haven't seen that. If you take away 3 flat crit, and the crit damage bonus on a weapon is a multiplier on your crit multiplier. So it's like 30, because the base crit is 10. So it's 30% more crit, 36% more crit damage, and the staff itself does 10% more damage. All of those things multiply with each other. What Quinn really should have said is that Elon's staff is twice as good as the best staff in the game that you can currently buy on the hardcore league. Twice as good. It's a phenomenal item.
You cannot even buy it. Insane weapon.
These affixes are, I hate to say perfect, but they might be perfect.
But see, Musk claimed that his gear is so many levels below his level 97 character, except in POE that has nothing to do with its power. It's just the minimum requirement to use. Like, there are items that require level 1, and they're among the strongest in the game. And this also isn't stuff you can just find on the ground. A player would need to understand how to craft items and trade superficially to report even attempt to gear this good. And honestly, we could go on for the non-gamers out there. This is the smallest version of the story. But
I feel like Phil is just largely repeating Quinn's video, like point for point. He's not even doing it more efficiently than Quinn, though. I guess you have to make it transformative and still be like a news channel. I guess that's testament to how good Quinn's video is, right? I mean, if that's what's happening, I guess it's really good.
If you want more, even more granular details, definitely check out Quinn's video. I'm going to link to it in the description. But ultimately, you had Quinn ending his video by saying,
and if you needed any more proof that Elon is 100% boosted, he was playing the game today inside of maps, blasting, while simultaneously on a X space talking to some far right-wing part of some German government. I don't know, some political bullshit.
So all of this was enough to convince a lot of people that Musk was just lying about being good at games. Whereas we saw Moist Critical putting out a multi-million view video just confused about why he even lies about it like this. Others saying and asking, obviously it's kind of silly to be so invested in whether or not Elon is lying about his Diablo account, but it's kind of clear he bought it. If he's willing to go on Joe Rogan and lie about something so stupid, is this really someone you want influencing your government? And also, why did it take Path of Exile for people?
But his Diablo playthrough wasn't really scrutinized. Why did that guy just think it was about Diablo because Path of Exile and Diablo are the same game? Because you have a character that kills stuff or something?
Realize Elon Musk is a fraud, lol. In fact, some of the space like Asmongold are so confident that Musk did not pilot his own account that he said,
if Elon Musk can prove that he played this account to 97, I will stream on X starting the day that he proves it for an entire year straight, every single stream that I do.
But with all of that said, today...
It's such a good claim by Asmongold, because it would take such an extraordinary measure for him to even consider streaming on Elon's platform.
Hey, Elon Musk actually responded, seemingly denying account sharing and joking.
Am I going to comment on the Chinese driver of my Path of Exile account? Yes, his name is Elon Ma, and he's amazing. I rely on him for everything.
With him then quote tweeting that video saying, I love my Chinese alter ego. Although with that, I'll say the fun here may have come to an end because that character actually died at rank 7 on the leaderboard. So it appears that it's back to square one from us and or whoever is playing the account insanely well. Now, as far as what is definitely happening here, what's real or not real, I don't know. But this kind of stuff, I leave it to the nerds to figure out, and I say nerd with love. I'm a news nerd, I haven't been a gaming nerd in 12 years, broke too many controllers, only a keyboard, too, always sucked with a keyboard. But for the gamers and non-gamers alike out there, I gotta ask, what are your thoughts about all this drama? But then, to shift gears, we need to talk about this big drone controversy.
No, we don't. Yeah.
True. Okay. We have one more. Yeah, that one was.
Been a busy day in the Elon sphere of things. We're gonna do some reacts and stuff. I don't expect this is gonna be a regular thing, but you know, we're kind of in the Elon sphere right now. You know, it's we're gonna keep at it at least a little while longer. It's taken a few interesting turns. Elon sphere is massive. Sure. Why did Elon do this? As far as I understand, Elon did not cause the fat lipoma to grow in our dog. I don't think he has quite that level of power on this planet. That would really surprise me. But the levels of power that he does have includes removing Twitter verified checkmarks, apparently. So yeah, I guess we can go into that now. I have like 2 videos to react, but Asmongold's is like 40 minutes. I don't know. For me, the whole thing in regards to Path of Exile was like really the core of it. It was like quite interesting, and it was a topic I felt I could drop a lot of insight, And I've tried to be pretty fair. Sure, everyone has a bias around it, but I try not to have the bias reflected in the things that I say. Just kind of talk about the stuff that I see, and the main thing that I try to do is add context to what's happening, so you guys can better understand what you're seeing. And this time is mostly like Elon being like super petty, I guess, against the people that brought this to light. So it's not so much about the game anymore. Possibly, I haven't seen the videos we're going to watch. I haven't seen them, so it might actually not be at all about the game. Like, it might be a total snooze fest for me. But what can I say? We have been farming Elons in our Elon farm almost for generations now. So it's just it ain't much, but it's honest work. We just another crop season. It's growing. We got to get it, so we can farm it again, and then we can farm it again, and then we can farm it again. So yeah. All right. Now, before we get into anything like too crazy, sorry, I use light mode. I know you guys are like allergic to this, but that's too bad. So the reason I have get verified, okay, I guess I'll back up one thing. So today the big news was that Elon unverified Asmongold's Twitter, unverified it, deleted the verification, basically. I guess we'll talk about that in detail later. And it looked like Quinn did not lose his blue checkmark. But people went to my Twitter and assumed that I also lost my blue checkmark. So actually, well, I did, but I didn't lose it today. I lost my blue checkmark when Elon purchased Twitter, because everyone lost their blue checkmarks when Elon purchased Twitter. And Elon said, well, if you want your checkmarks, you'll just have to pay $8 a month. Don't you have $8 a month? And, well, yeah, I do, but I just didn't want to give it to him. So I just lost my blue checkmark. I've literally just never paid for Twitter. That's basically where I'm at. So yes, I did lose my verification checkmark, but it was like a nothing personal kid situation. Okay, nothing personal. I got wrecked along with everyone else that chose to not give him $8. Now I still use Twitter, for better or worse. I just used it for a while, and a lot of people seem to engage with it still. So whatever. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But to pay $8 a month to have a blue checkmark, I don't know. I feel kind of stupid doing that. That's pretty much it. Just a blue checkmark. Apparently, Elon had a bit of a fit with Asmongold, and I guess we'll start with that video, but I don't know if I'll watch like all of it, because it's long. It's a 40-minute video. If you guys want to watch the full video, I'll link it in chat for you guys, so you guys can watch it directly in full. Probably we'll just watch a little bit just to get the gist of it. All right, what do you got for us?
Oh, what a day. What a day already, huh? All right, so we got to step back. I think it was on Thanksgiving. Elon hit me up. He was like, what's up? And, we talked for a bit, and he was talking about, like, what I would want to do to, like, maybe upload content onto X, right, onto Twitter. I told him, like, basically, this would be something I'd be down to do, but I wanted to check with my editors. I think that there was a communication breakdown here, because I think that Elon thought that what I meant by editors is, like, the New York Times editors. So then that...
Also, I just want to say, no, it can't. It's just. If that's true, Elon is actually too fucking IQ. That makes no fucking sense whatsoever. And it just comes off as I'm a abuser who wants to control everything about you, and you didn't listen to me, so I need you to bend the knee. And if you waver at all, I will destroy you. That's what it comes off as. Oh, I can't use that. What am I doing? What was I thinking of that you could use ashes on? I don't care. Probably something. Not something I'm worth figuring out.
That happens, and we kind of like stopped talking, and it was like, all right, yeah, we'll see what happens, because another person from X reached out to me, and I think I was going to join like their Discord, and I told them like I could help consult with like, you know, doing video stuff too.
I'm going to be honest, I'm trying to pay attention, but there's like some massive amount of word salad happening. But okay,
True.
I'm pretty sure he's talking about.
But yeah, I just want to read it. There's no way that you can that you're talking to, you're Elon Musk, multi-billionaire, nearly trillionaire, and halfway to trillionaire. I don't know how technically that's not. It's unfathomable money. You're asking a content creator if you want it to do something via content, and you take the content creator saying, I want to talk to my editors, like he's being controlled by some like some cabal. Like, what the fuck is happening here?
The whole editor thing, but the timestamps don't have the dates. I think this happened like yesterday or like a day before. Like, I think it's very recent. I don't think he's referring to this happening around Thanksgiving.
I told a couple of people, but like I'm not going to go out and be like, yeah, this guy messaged me. To be honest with you guys, I've talked to a lot of well-known influential people. You know, like I don't think it's that big of a deal. It's just a guy, right? I mean, like, what the fuck? And so, like, yeah, who else? I'm not going to make a bunch of lists, right? I mean, I don't go and do that stuff. 4chan is right. You are a Jew. Well, we'll get to that.
What?
I do want to make one thing abundantly clear. You will not find that on my early life Wikipedia part, okay? I'm German. The opposite. So, get that out of your fucking head. But anyway, so this happened on Thanksgiving. And obviously, like, you know, I've been critical of some of the things that he's done, like with Twitter, etc. But overall, I've been pretty positive about it, and everything's been good, right? I didn't really talk to him at all about the H-1B visa thing, like the Sam Hyde video. Like, I wasn't really sure how he'd... I wonder... I never asked him if he watched the Sam Hyde video. I should probably ask him that. But anyway, we'll get to that too. I apologize that I was going to write everything out on Twitter and explain it all, but... I'm lazy, and so I just didn't. And you were just going to go live, and I'll just explain it all. But I'm explaining this extemporaneously, right? So you've got to assume that there's going to be some inconsistencies. I'm going to be back and forth, etc. So anyway, so yeah, I had talked to him, and we had...
Do you think Asmongold's brain is scrambled from him losing his blue checkmark? I feel like he makes more sense and is more succinct about his points and topics, especially considering something that happened to literally him. I don't get the whole word salad happening. Like, what's happening right now?
Interacted positively before, and you know, this was good, not really a big deal, everything's fine. And so anyway, the checkmark removed because the disagreement is fucked. We'll get to that. And so anyway, you know, everything's been fine, everything's good. And then basically I react to the POE video, and we have Elon and I have a disagreement in DMs, and a brief disagreement, and this of course was at I don't know, like 2:30 in the morning, which is, you know, like
okay, just so you guys know, Asmongold's video on the topic, it was like 3 minutes, okay? I'm not gonna go but like, the video he's talking about is not some 40-50 minute opinionated discussion. It's like a 3-minute video that barely includes Asmongold. So this was the trigger to their disagreement, as he put it.
That's pretty much usual, right? We had disagreement about this.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, yeah, whatever. And I went to bed, right? Because I was tired. And I got up the next day, and that was yesterday. I guess it was yesterday. And so then he had unfollowed me. And who started the DMs?
He did a longer video, but that was like days after.
That was after he got called out by Quinn, by the way.
A video reacting to Quinn's like serious video.
Yeah. He did. Yeah.
He did.
And so,
wow.
Yeah, he had messaged me. And so, if you want to play WoW, we wouldn't have Ashes of Valar. Yeah,
basically. I don't know what the Quinn video that he calls about, but basically Quinn just says that, like, I just find it strange that, like, Asmongold, the guy who would definitely lap this shit up if it was any other person, hasn't touched this video, like, at all. And then Asmon, like, made some weird tweet about it, and then saying, like, oh, no, I did make a video, and then the video is that 3-minute video that Crip's talking about. It's just, like, literally 3 minutes. It's just, like, a reactive, like, that's fake, and then moving on. And then he now is making this.
Basically, show the DMs?
Or do you know what Asmongold really should have done? He should have just, like, ghosted Elon.
True.
Yeah. That would have been awesome. I totally would have done that. Are you serious? No, I got no time for Elon in DMs, bro. It's just content. Time's money.
Well, no, I wouldn't show the DMs. I thought leaking DMs was. I thought this was bad. This was bad etiquette, right? This is bad internet etiquette for me to do. He did, and also, like, you have to understand that it could also be against the terms of service. And one of us, the two of us, one of us owns the website, the other one doesn't, right? So I'm not going to leak the DMs, okay? But basically,
look, I've always said that. I've always said, like, Twitter is Elon's, like, it's his playpen. It's his, like, sand pit, perfectly built for toddlers and everything like that. That's true. But, like, that doesn't, like, really induce a fear, or shouldn't, for you to, like, post whatever you want. Because, like, think of what just happened today, right? Like, Elon got triggered by this whole situation, and Elon posted their DMs. This was not a W, okay, guys? Yes, Elon owns the platform, but that does not make him immune from being ridiculed on it.
I said to him, one of the things I said to him is, I said, level 97, don't you think you're flying a little bit too close to the sun? Or something like that, LOL. And, it was, a conversation like that. And that's basically what it was. And what a crazy day. And so,
got that, bro. Asmon, man, that is a really harsh criticism of Elon. Are you suggesting that perhaps it was too high level? I don't know, bro. That's harsh.
Which, I mean, I think that's true. And anyway, so this all happened, and I woke up, and I had, like, 3 of my, like, real life friends texting me. They were like, bro, like, so what the fuck is, like, what's going on? Like, did you really take your checkmark away? And so I didn't do, like, when I went to bed, I had the checkmark and I had the gaming thing. When I woke up, I had neither. Then I had the checkmark. Then I had the checkmark and the gaming thing. And now I only have the checkmark. So just so we are all clear on...
I actually don't even know what the whole gaming thing is. Maybe I should know. What's this gaming thing?
What happened? So go to bed, checkmark.
We got it, dude. We got it.
And gaming tag. Wake up, gaming checkmark. Not mad. See where I'm coming from. I think that in any sort of a group, if you don't call out bad actions by people, they multiply, and there's no need, and nobody he'll see my point of view, right? He'll see my point of view, and this is the way I see it, man. You can't go and you can't do this in front of everybody and expect for people to say that the emperor's got new clothes. You can't do it because it makes everybody complicit in a known lie. And you bought Twitter because the world was compelled into being complicit with so many known lies. And so if I'm...
Does anyone actually think that Elon bought Twitter because he wanted more truth and less lies out there?
Yeah.
Do people actually think that?
For sure.
Nobody thinks that. Oh, come on. Oh, come on.
That's
bro.
good.
I'm calling this out. Don't view it as a virus or like anything negative. This is the inoculation. I'm saying this so we don't have the same type of fucking weird biases, double standards, and bullshit that he and I have complained about for years. For fucking years. And so the thing is, and I'm not saying, like, you're not the worst person, it's not the terrible guy or anything like that. But come on, man, you get 97's too high. And if you want to have somebody play your account, that's fine. But you can't go and act like you played it yourself. Like, it's not a big deal. So he's mad at you for defending...
I don't know. I don't know about this. I feel like he's, like, super apologetic about it. I don't know. I get like a really weird vibe here. Like, as one's still throwing in, it's like, oh, he's not that bad of a guy. It's like...
Okay.
First of all, I'm pretty sure a lot of people would debate that. I don't care enough to debate that. But, like, I'm pretty sure that's not a given. First off, okay. And second of all, we're talking about Path of Exile character. Why does that even matter?
Pirate? No. Well, actually, maybe. I don't know. Maybe that is why. I have no idea. And so anyway, that's what it was. And so anyway, this is what happened. No gaming tag because I'm bad. So, okay, the reason why I don't have the gaming tag is because I'm bad at video games. That makes sense. Well, anyway, so Elon messaged me, and not messaged me. Elon tweeted about this earlier. And now the community, this is so funny. This community note tag has gone back and forth. Listen, guys, I don't need anybody defending my gaming abilities. So,
he's gonna bring it up.
Fuck.
Okay, so basically, Elon tweets like all day long or something. So it's not like this is like the one thing that he posted today.
If Elon played POE as much as he tweets, he might actually have a real character. Fuck.
Elon posted some DMs with Asmongold where Elon just appears like he has no clue how the YouTube sphere works. I don't know if he'll get into it here because he's stretching it out, but yeah, I was kind of paying attention a bit to this earlier. And basically,
now we have...
Okay. So the part that Elon posted is, I'm going to see if my editors might want to take a second account for it even. Sure, who are these mysterious editors? And, like, Asmon's reply is, like, capitalize the first word and, like, it's like punk, there's like a punctuation in there. Like, bro, this is a respectful reply. I don't type like this. Anyway. And basically, Elon thought that Asmongold's YouTube editors is like a newspaper editor. In like a newspaper like company, the editor is like the chief of the newspaper. He kind of calls the shots on what goes out and what doesn't. So Elon is just really out of touch with YouTube and people that post on YouTube, I guess. I don't know if that's really important in any way whatsoever. Obviously, to me, it's baffling because I'm in the YouTube verse and have been there for like a really long time, right? But it's, I don't know. Yeah, that's where there is this breakdown in discussion. Because Asmon, he doesn't post the videos on his channel. He basically has people that just take clips they like from his stream and post it just themselves. And sometimes they have discussions on content directions. And this is like a thing that a lot of people do, right? A lot of people do that. Like we have Casual Crypt. That's our editor's channel. You know, we might tell him it's like, hey, I think this might do pretty well. Or he might just post something that he thought was cool or anything, right? And we have a regular channel. I don't think Asmongold has like a regular channel like we do, but yeah, a lot of people have kind of like the editor-run channel. Salt Chronicles, yes, Salt Editor is right. So Elon is like, I think it's one thing to like be a little bit out of touch with like the YouTube verse, and it's another thing to like post the DMs of that, right? It's like, because from Elon's perspective, it's like, aha, look, Asmongold has editors, and they're puppeteering his actions on the internet. Aha! It's the gotcha moment. And everyone's just staring at that. It's like, what? Yeah, basically, I don't know. It's weird to me because, yeah, it shows how out of touch Elon is, but it's also weird that, like, did, like, not one person take a look at what he was going to post? Like, bro, if you're worth, like, if you're gonna be worth $1 trillion soon, okay, shouldn't you get, like, one guy just kind of, like, thumb up, like, something that you plan on posting? I don't know. It's just kind of, like, off the rails a little bit. Basically, what I'm trying to say is any sane person would look at this post and be like, yeah, Elon, that's not going to work out well for you. Anyway, so I guess there's not a person like that, and Elon posted it. And the funniest part about it is it got like community noted. Love to see it.
What happened today? Okay, so that now we have what's happening.
Elon needs an editor.
I can also treat this as my formal application to the Trump administration's video game czar position that they can create for me.
Yeah.
I think that if anything, this shows my
so like an editor.
My lack of bias and my ruthless pursuit of the truth. And so that's okay. Anyway, Maverick Independent. Yes, Asmon behaves like a Maverick Independent, but in reality has to ask his boss for permission before he can do anything. He is not his own man. And so anyway, what he's referring to a conversation we had. And I said, I'm going to see if my editors want to make a second account.
He'll probably explain it.
This was in response to uploading content onto Twitter, right? And so he said, sure, who are these mysterious editors?
The way that I see it is, you know, like the Batman movies with Christian Bale? And it's like, where are they? It's like, that's Elon right now. Who did this? Who posted anti-Elon videos on your channel? Like, oh, it wasn't me. It wasn't me, bro. It wasn't me.
Editors, and then these, I mean, you know, leaked.
Who are these mysterious editors?
These are my two editors. They basically run the entire YouTube account. Absolutely true. And so basically, anything upload is edited or uploaded by them, and they get to cut the ad rev. It's super consistent, to be honest. Almost everyone on YouTube does it. He says, of course, interesting. And so,
again, guys, it's not like someone leaked these posts. Elon thought this was a gotcha moment. What posting, dude?
I think that he interpreted me saying that I had editors as like a formal publication saying that I have editors. Yeah. Now, I'll tell you that I do deliberate with, you know, not only editors, but mods and friends of mine. And we talk about like content, like obviously like, hey, yeah, like for example, my editors were the ones who suggested that I played the 5 Hearts Under One Roof game, the Korean dating simulator game. They said, hey, this would probably be a good game. And so I said, okay, I'll try it out. But this is a collaborative relationship, right?
God, this is so drawn out. Yeah, I don't know if I have patience for the entire video. So another funny thing is it's against Twitch terms of service to post DMs. Yeah, but I think he's actually still talking about this. Oh no, okay, we have a little bit of a difference. It's the same thing. He's still talking about it. There was another tweet that I thought was actually really interesting. Oh yeah, he's bringing up the TOS violation aspect of it. We're gonna fast forward to tomorrow's video. Dude, these dudes are way too active on Twitter. I can't find anything. But yeah, basically Elon had like a breakup tweet with Asmongold about this whole situation. Did he delete it? Asmongold is Zach, yeah, Zach's his name. God, I'm kind of sad I can't find the second tweet. Basically, oh, it was in replies. Okay, I found the reply here. So this is Hassan replying to the actual post. I'm on hundreds of streams on YouTube, Twitch, playing live with the world's best players. No other way to say this, but while Asmon is good at caustic commentary and making fun of people, he's not good at video games. Is that a shrug emote? And then he got community noted. Achievements in WoW. Rank 12 Arms Warrior in Emerald Nightmare. Many more. I guess these are like raids or something. Look, I'm sure Asmongold's done more than this, but these can be pretty difficult to like actually find, like to actually like compete in. It largely depends on how much the raid is helping you get there. Like if you're killing the boss normally and you're getting like top DPS parses, actually insanely hard. Because the other people on top DPS parses, like I haven't played World of Warcraft in many years, but like one of the buffs that you could get was like Hysteria, which is like a massive DPS boost. And then if you look at the top parses, you'd have people that would be chained with like 5 Hysterias back to back and like Bloodlusts and like, you know, and just like everything. And a lot of the top parses, it was that. But if you weren't doing that and you were beating them, is like insane.
Bro, why?
Padding is not the same as padding. It's like having the whole raid help you get a parse. That's different than padding. But what I'm trying to say is these aren't small feats. I don't know. But it is really petty. Like it sounds like what is happening, man? You're arguing with a dude who rarely leaves his house about gaming cred after being exposed as a fraud. So basically this happened after this video, basically. Like Elon was still like really upset and stuff, and I'll save you guys to watch, but basically Asmongold ended up getting his checkmark back. I don't know about the whole like gamer tag thing, but like this video doesn't even get to that point of it. So yeah, this is just a really slow going video. And Quinn instigated all of this. That's not bad. All right. The other video we're going to check out is probably on the same topic, but you know what? This is much more digestible. 11 minutes. Like you guys video.
Salad, like 26
this is Moist Critical, who's typically just pretty good at grabbing all the info and summarizing it and making it somewhat funny, usually. Now, for this particular topic, thank God. Jesus Christ, that was a...
Is this the same fucking video that I watched over here? This was 3 days ago. Fuck.
Highest people in hardcore Charlie. He streams and stuff.
Elon Musk fraud gamer situation is pathetic. Are these different videos?
50-minute Asmongold video. Good Christ. Like, you know, we don't always need Moist Critical to help us summarize things, but damn, dude, today we absolutely needed him. He's a necessary worker for the day. Please, tell us what happened.
Tomatoes at from time to time, because he is a jaw-droppingly embarrassing specimen of pure cringe that it is impossible to fight the urge to clown on him. Yet, whenever I do, and whenever anyone mentions Elon in a less than flattering way, you will have the most unlovable Cro-Magnon swarm you, dogpiling like it's World War Z zombies, to try and defend Elon from whatever the slight criticism or jokes were about him. These gonad gobblers will always blow my mind, because I don't understand this brain-off worship of Elon Musk. Everything they hype him up to be, he is the opposite. He is not cool. He just...
Okay. I feel like a huge, like, popularity boost. Like, we're not talking about making money here. Just like the Elon bros. I feel like a huge amount of Elon bros boarded the Elon train during, like, the cryptoverse. I don't know how to say it. People that are blindly all in on crypto seem to match that behavior with their Lord and Savior Elon, right? There's a lot of parallels there. Okay, we're not saying crypto's all bad and stuff, but like, you know, kind of makes sense.
Generates AI images of himself where he's not like this meatball-shaped man. He is not for free speech like they like to hype him up as. He's not a champion of free speech by any means. In fact, I personally think he is someone that is firmly against it in almost every single instance. Like, he personally banned the word cis. He actively bans things that hurt his feelings. And today I think is a great example of that, and hopefully will be a mask-off moment for a lot of people and open their eyes to the fact that this is not a guy...
I mean, I feel like I kind of doubt that, but at the same time, the fake POE gamer moment actually was the tipping point for some people, like Quinn. You know, that's kind of what made it so funny. I think if Quinn's, you know, glorious disillusions of Elon weren't shattering before his eyes when he was watching his Path of Exile 2 stream, it wouldn't have hit the same, right?
Guy who's for free speech and is not for you. Like, dude, I'm not gonna get into it, but do we even need to talk about the H-1B take? Like, come on, he's not looking to hire you. He doesn't want to know you. He doesn't want to employ you. He wants the cheapest labor, and he wants everyone to be constantly fondling his sack and being really, really nice to him because he's our special boy. It's so embarrassing. So, what I want to talk about today is what I think should be a very clear example of how Elon uses his power and where he actually stands on free speech. He is having a textbook crash out over gaming. Earlier this week, Quinn made a beautiful video that's breaking down...
So this is like the serious video that Quinn made. Again, I thought this video was like unnecessary, but like this is the video that like really grabbed people. Because it was like documenting things in like a serious matter. It was like reporter Quinn is on the case.
down
All hitting
the
the street, I guess, about
fact that Elon Musk is not the one who piloted his Path of Exile 2 account to the top of the leaderboard. It's not a conspiracy, it's not grasping at straws. When you finish that video, and I highly recommend you watch the whole video, it will be very clear, beyond a shadow of a doubt, Elon Musk was not the one who actually got the account to where it was. He instead gets permission from the boosters to play on it and flex it for his Twitter streams. He didn't know the very basic fundamentals of the game. However, I will say that his catastrophe of a stream, while trying to show how great he is at gaming, was enough to make me get back into grinding Path of Exile 2, because I've been slow rolling it for a while. I was still on cruel difficulty, but then watching Elon...
Guys, Elon is like he's a double agent. He's getting people to play POE 2 now. Silent investor in GGG perhaps. But
the bumbling buffoon try and play Path of Exile was like actual rage bait to get me to go back in and grind hard, so now I'm up to tier 3 Waystones in the end game. It's so fucking fun. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. The point is, Elon Musk knew nothing about the game.
Moist is gonna have a bad time. Pretty much the higher you go up in Waystones, the fun kind of goes this way, all the way down. The mapping system, I think, got a pretty big like facelift today, but it's like the facelift of the mapping system in like the big patch also comes in with the reality that they're not changing any builds meaningfully. So people are just going to play all the builds that just delete stuff 3 screens away and offer no challenge. Basically what you saw Elon do. Just everyone's going to be doing that now.
It was very clear. And the big thing about it wasn't even that he had someone boosting his account for him, it's that he was just in this complete denial and trying to convince people that he is the best gamer alive. Like, this game's a little too easy, I'm on max difficulty, you know, swagged out mode, and I'm just kind of breezing through it because I'm just that good at games, that kind of thing. It's his reluctance to just be honest about like, hey guys, I like this game, I don't have time to grind it, so I paid these people to grind it for me so that way I can get to the end game and, you know, play the content I want. It wouldn't have blown up to this degree. I still think that would have been a little silly and people would have still absolutely made fun of him for it, but to a lesser degree. It's just, what's the point? Why are you paying someone to boost your account? If you like the game, why not just play it on your own time, even if it's not that fast and even if you're not top of the charts? But for Elon, the reason is because he wants everyone to view him as God's gift to humanity. So like, I'm one of the best gamers, check the stats. And he didn't achieve it, it wasn't him. And when Quinn made this video, it very much hurt Elon, because the gamers that he's trying to appeal to...
Again, Elon did not remove Quinn's checkmark as of the recording of my voice here, as far as I know. Okay? I think that, I don't know more of their like DMs, but I think that Elon's understanding of his DMs with Asmongold led him to think that they're like friends or something, more than just strangers anyway. So I think it really stung. Oh, you guys didn't see the doggo? Yeah, this is Faye today. She's looking like this because she's on drugs. Don't do drugs, kids or doggos, except if you have an invasive surgery, in which case you could do drugs. Okay, but yeah, that's one of the funniest things about it that people aren't really talking about. That like they ripped the checkmark as well, and Quinn's fine. He's all right.
Who were privy to the fact that he's not the gaming god he claims to be, and that damaged him. So I knew he was going to have a comical response, but I didn't expect it would be this absurd. To set the stage for what happens next, Asmon and many others covered Quinn's video, as well as other people's content, talking about how it was impossible that Elon was the one that actually played.
I mean, that thumbnail is... It is a little much. It is a little much. Not even gaming. I don't think... Unless I'm out of the loop, I don't think anyone is suggesting that he wasn't playing the character at the time. I think everybody is suggesting he was playing the character at the time. That's, you know, not maybe not the kind of gaming you'd like, but that is a little clickbaity.
Played on that account because he is just dog shit and knows nothing about the game. Asmon covered this, he talked about it, reacted to the video, and today, Elon went on Twitter and had this to say. Asmon behaves like a maverick independent, but in reality has to ask his boss for permission before he can do anything. He is not his own man.
Oh, was this before he leaked the DMs? Oh my god. So in his like tunnel train of buffoonery, he posted 2 separate times double downing on this point while breaking the terms of service of his own website. I think Elon needs a manager. Elon needs an editor. Elon really needs someone to just like glance over a tweet before he posts it. If there's someone doing that, they're definitely doing a crap job.
He then leaked his DMs with Asmon, where he said, this is Asmon, I'm going to see if my editors might want to make a second account for it. And then Elon replies, sure. Who are these mysterious editors? He actually sounds like that news anchor. Who is this 4chan? Like, how can someone be this fucking out of touch and stupid? I will never cease to be shocked by the absolute idiot potion this guy seems to be boofing on the daily. Like, how? What do you mean?
All right. It's. I think the baffling part is that he doubled down on this twice publicly. That's the baffling part. I don't think it's fair to assume that everybody knows how content ends up being posted on YouTube. That's not a given for everybody. I mean, you know, you'd expect him to know, but obviously he didn't.
I mean, who are these mysterious editors? Do you not know what editors are? Holy shit. So then, Asman explains, 2 guys, links them, and then they basically run the entire YouTube account, lol. So basically any content I post is edited or uploaded by them, and they can just get a cut of the ad rev. It's a super good system, to be honest. Almost everyone on YouTube does it. And then there's a community note there, which says what should be obvious to anyone with a functioning frontal lobe. Elon Musk seems to think Asmongold is an employee with editors overseeing him. That's incorrect. Asmongold's editors are actually his employees. They edit, upload his content for a revenue share. They don't control what he does. And then...
The funny thing is that the people riding the Elon train full speed will probably see this community note and just think it's like fake news, even though it's...
No. Here's the problem. That community note happened. So this thing got posted at 8 hours ago. The community note was probably added like an hour ago. So every Elon dick rider's already seen the post and not given a fuck. And then they might come back. They might come back and see the community note because like it'll pop up in their feed that a note, if they even commented, right? A post you liked or whatever. Hopefully it shows up if you like a post, but a post you liked or whatever has been community noted. They might come back and check it, and then we'll say that it's like fake news, whatever, blah blah.
It's on Elon's website. I guarantee you that. Like everyone riding that train is still going to be riding it, guys. Like they're not getting off.
Elon Musk proceeds to take away Asmongold's checkmark on Twitter. You remember that thing Elon was like really adamant about? You know how checkmarks were kind of like weaponized. Hey, Elon, you're doing that. So, the free speech guy, you're taking away his checkmark because you hurt your feelings, fundamentally shadow banning him, because without a checkmark, his replies and his engagement go way down and you won't really see it anymore. You're shadow banning someone who hurt your feelings. Elon is just that fucking sensitive. In fact, sensitive doesn't even really cover it.
Does that mean
like,
I pay Elon $8
for too long? I'm like, ooh. But like that's sensitive. Elon has reached a new level of sensitivity I did not think was even achievable by a human being. It is just fucking flabbergasted by how soft he is. He has all the money in the world, but is beyond insecure to the point that I can't believe he's a real person. This has to be some kind of like Android protocol that's been sent from space, from like space redditors, in order to see like the limits of cringe that can be pushed.
Guys, maybe we should go next level on the farm. Maybe we should just pay Elon $8 and get a check mark, and then be on the saved train, so we can gobble up the Elon bros. See, if I got my check mark back, it means I'm Elon approved, right? Come here, guys, come here. I got stuff to sell you, lots of stuff.
Come on. He's talking about editors and then saying Asman needs his editor's permission to post things. He lacks the fundamental understanding not only of Path of Exile 2, but of life, like of living as a sentient being.
This is a little much. I love the theatrics. It's a great video, but like, this a little theatrical. Okay, like, life skills are not that other people edit your YouTube content from your streams. These are not life skills. You don't learn this in 4th grade. Okay, I didn't anyway.
How can you even reach that conclusion? I mean, I know how he reached that conclusion because he was a turbo moron who can't like activate neurons and think. So he saw the word editor and made the assumption that it's like the editors that will oversee someone's work in the journalism sector. And he gets these dots, these breadcrumbs that he starts connecting from out of fucking nowhere about how, well, Asman is actually just a pawn of his editors. That's not just wrong, that is just blatant misinformation. He is actively engaging in misinformation, making it seem like Asman has a puppet master above him, these editors, that he has to answer to. And then he abuses his power to take away his checkmark. He is actively doing all of the things he says he is super against, and all of the people say that he hates and will never do. He does it. I don't see how a single Elon Musk nipple-suckling leech could see this and conjure up some kind of excuse for it. There's no mental gymnastics that could possibly exist to
absolutely off base. No one's getting off the Elon train on this one.
Justify this behavior. It's the epitome of everything people hate. It's cringe. It's sensitive. It's an abuse of power. His feelings got hurt, so he used his power.
All 3 things Elon bros are absolutely comfortable with.
Power as the fucking chief general of Twitter to take away his checkmark because he hurt his feelings, and then he goes on to leak DMs. How could you possibly look at that and be like, no, that makes sense. Elon was in the right here. Like,
well, the reason that Elon was in the right here is because Elon is always in the right. And if he's in the wrong, we just have to redefine what right means. That's just what $1 trillion gets you.
Let's say you just love Elon. You know what? I'm not your dad. You can like whoever you want, like whatever you want. Doesn't matter to me. But
like you'll see this from now. These are all Canadian fucking losers, so none of you will actually know who these people are. Like there's like this absolute deranged lunatic named Kat Kanata, whatever the fuck. I don't know. Destiny talked to her one time. Turns out she knows nothing about anything, but will confidently tweet and post about all the shit that she knows nothing about. Obviously, because fucking grifting. And yeah, you'll see like, what was the example I was gonna bring up? Fuck. Yeah, you'll basically just see like the swarmy like just like justified bullshit underneath every single post, whatever. Same thing with some other guy that I heard his name on will just justify like Trump wanting to invade Canada by basically saying that we are corrupted evil and blah 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 whatever the fuck and some bullshit, and so we just need to get fucking invaded. Like that, like, yeah, like literally just I want a dictator behavior. give me a dictator because we already have one, and it's just this. Basically, it all ties back to this unfortunate loop that we're all trapped in right now, where anything that you see right now, if Trump does something and somebody justifies it, it's because they already think that Democrats or liberals or whatever have done that thing already. So people would be like, oh, it's okay if Donald Trump invades Canada because Canada isn't even like a real country anymore. It's been like destroyed. It's like, what the fuck? Like, it's not, there's no actual, Canada's not real anymore. It's run by some kind of dictator, even though we still have elections. Ignore that part too, but yeah, it's all self-justified. Whatever you think that, if you think that someone's being hypocritical, let's say Trump does a thing. So the example will be, no, what's a better example? The example will be, like Trump getting investigated for January 6th stuff. Now Trump has carte blanche to investigate anyone he wants from the Democrats for anything ever he wants, because every one of his supporters already believes that they've done things that are infinitely worse than January 6th stuff, even though they have no evidence that nothing comes close to January 6th stuff. So on one hand, they're also denying that Jan 6 ever happened or was ever bad. But even if it was bad, Democrats do that, so it's okay if we do things in retaliation. So
why do you have to like something and then love everything they ever do? Why can't you be more receptive to
Said by an insanely popular YouTube influencer.
I really like Elon, but this was a bad look. I didn't like what he did here. I think this was pretty embarrassing. That's called being normal. For some reason, people just can't be normal anymore. If you like something, you have to be obsessed with it. You have to fucking love it. You have to be like snorting that drug constantly and shut out and hate everyone who pokes holes in it. It's so weird. I don't know why people want to live their life this way. They just want like the black and white. Elon good. Anyone who said Elon not good, they're bad. Elon good. I don't know.
People want a simple reality. That's the Kool-Aid that Elon's been selling. Of course they're gonna believe it. It's obvious. Elon is their Lord and Savior. There we go, guys.
Like, people want that. No one likes to think anymore, and with the way the internet's gone, you don't have to think anymore. You can just wait for tweets to tell you what to think, or even ChatGPT to tell you what to think. I guess it's just easier to live your life on, like, drooling autopilot mode. But I would argue that you are doing yourself a huge disservice in life if you just live this way, where even if you really like Elon, whatever, why not just be receptive to the idea that he's not infallible? Maybe he does make mistakes. Maybe he is cringe sometimes. And you can acknowledge that.
This guy doesn't even realize that Elon invented cars, okay? Yeah. Like the wheel too, probably. I mean, I think I read it on Facebook. They have fact checkers there, don't they?
Recognize that, and then at the end of the day, still like him if you want. It just doesn't compute with me, and of course it's not exclusive to Elon. It's a very normal thing now all of a sudden, where if you like something or like someone, anything that is brought up that's negative about it is like the end of the world to you, and then you spend hours a day arguing with bots on Twitter about it and defending the thing you like. I just don't get it. Elon Musk, I think, is just the best example of this phenomenon because his fan base does PR for him as if it's their actual job. Like, they are professional.
They are not doing a good job. The Elon bros on the internet, they stand out, and in my opinion, not in the best of ways.
PR drones for Elon that he doesn't even have to pay. Because they're in the trenches every single minute of every single day, suckling on him, arguing on his behalf, shutting down any criticisms against him. It's just so embarrassing. Almost as embarrassing as Elon himself. So yeah, anyway, I had to talk about this. Because what an incredible response from Elon to just take away Asmon's checkmark and then leak his DMs where he completely misunderstands that editors aren't like his overseers. It's so, oh my god. So yeah, anyway, that's really about it. See ya.
Oh, okay, well, that's what we got. It was a pretty good video in the way that it was succinct, and we got a take. Bit of a mixed take, but holy moly, far more digestible than Asmongold's version of it. But yeah, that's basically what went down today. It was fun to watch it all go down. In some ways it was surprising, but honestly in other ways it was not at all surprising. I think some people will see it for that, but not a lot. I was kind of hoping it would circle back into like POE related gaming things, but no. I think this one's flying out the door for me.
Yeah, it's
we're not gonna farm Elon if he's out of the gamer sphere. But I heard he's streaming POE 2 again, so who knows? Might be right back at it.
I'm German. It's the opposite. So get that out of your fucking head.
I don't know why you would say that. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why you would say that. Anyways, that's done. That'll be. It's a nice super cut of all the Elon shit. Stop that. I'm gonna be right back. I'm just gonna go look for a snack. Why is there a Willow log over here? Did I drop a Willow log over here? What am I doing over here? Okay, right. Snacked up. Let me fix this. Why is that a thing right now? Oh, because of the fucking... Oh, I have this border here. How do I make it full foot? No idea. Fix it when I... What is it? Funny, these scroll go up and down. We're gonna finish up here and then we're gonna go test the Zamrock thing. I wanna see if I can go take that wine without getting caught. I'm kind of surprised more people don't farm it, but I don't know.
What is up, guys, and welcome to a new series where I use money-making guides from the OSRS wiki. If you guys enjoy this idea, I'll definitely make more and try to run through every single one of these on the list, no matter how ridiculous they might be. I'll be trying and testing out these moneymakers to see how accurate they are so you don't have to. Let's get into the video. So for this video, we have another suggestion from a viewer, and it is to do 1 hour of stealing wine. Now, originally I was going to do it the way the OSRS wiki describes it here, which is going to the Chaos Temple that is close to the Goblin Village and it's right next to the Wilderness Ditch. But I thought I'd mix it up and actually go to a different spawn that is in very deep wilderness. It is above level 50 wilderness. So it'll be a lot more risky, but hopefully it'll be worth it. In the end, I'll be comparing how much I made as opposed to the amount of money that you'll make doing the OSRS wiki's method. So in the end, you can determine whether the risk is worth the reward. Now we'll be taking a look at the gear setup that I used to do this. Since we're going to be in very deep wild, I went for a very tanky setup. I bought the Din's Bulwark, which was just around 4 million, and then I'm wearing full Carols. I'm wearing the Serpentine Helm to protect against Venom. I'm wearing an Amulet of Defense, which is very cheap, but it still provides some defense bonuses. Now, I didn't want to go all out with the setup. I guess you could bring an Enlivened Spirit Shield and a Staff of the Dead to protect against melee attacks, but if you have that much money, then you probably aren't going to be doing this money-making method, so I decided to use this one because it's a lot more cheaper. The Din's Bulwark is the most expensive item here, but it is at its cheapest price that I think it's been in a long time, so get it while you can. As for the ring slot and ammo slot, I brought diary rewards just because they offer a little bit of prayer, and the ring actually gives me some stamina rejuvenation, so that'll be helpful if I need to run away. Honestly, you can bring whatever gear setup works for you, but just don't bring more than 4 expensive items because you don't want to lose those. Now I'll go ahead and show you how much I am risking on death. With Protect item on, I will lose around 388k, but that is including all these supplies that I'm going to be using if I do get attacked, so yeah. Hopefully we don't get attacked, because if we do and we end up using all of our supplies, even if we do get away, it will eat into our profits. I'll now be showing how I got to the place where I'm going to be stealing the wines. Right now I'm just changing my prayers to be Protect from Melee, Preserve, well actually no, not even Preserve because we're not stat boosting, but Protect from Melee, Augury for the Mage defense, and of course Protect item to protect the item. So we're going to go ahead and pull the lever at Edgeville to get to the wilderness, and from here we'll be running up north. And also don't forget to turn on your prayer or your attack options. Make sure that you turn them to right click or to hidden so that you don't accidentally skull. Now I am bringing my wilderness sword here, as you can see, and this will be used to cut the webs that are in our way. So make sure you bring some sort of slash weapon so that you can make it through the webs. And also, if you look in my inventory, I actually forgot to bring the ruins required. You're gonna need air and law ruins. And this was my first time doing this method, so I for some reason I thought that in this new area you could thieve the wine without telegrabbing it, but no, you still need the telegrab ruins. So make sure you bring the air and law ruins. And I'm not going to ruin it here because I don't want to give away how many wines we got at the end of the video, but just make sure that if you do this method, you pay attention to how many wines I was able to steal at the end of this 1 hour, and then you can bring that many ruins. That way you're not risking too much. And as you can see there, my run energy did deplete all the way to 0 because of all the equipment that I'm carrying. This is why I brought the stamina potion, because if we do get attacked, we do not want to be walking to the mage bank. So make sure you bring a stamina pot just in case so that they don't catch you walking. With that being said, we are almost to the spot where we will be thieving the wines, and the 1 hour of stress and anxiety will commence. Now, I was really hoping that since Twisted League is out and since this wine area has been out for quite some time that we wouldn't get attacked, but I was on my toes the entire time and I really had to look out for the PKers. I don't really spend too much time in the wilderness, so whenever I do have to go in there, I am pretty nervous just because I am not a PKer and I've never really had to tank like crazy before. If we were to get attacked in this area, it would be a long run to the mage bank, which is our closest escape, and with ancients and people freezing us, it would be a very long run. That is why I brought almost a full inventory of Ceratom and Brews so that we could maximize the amount of healing that we have. The reason why I set Protect Melee as my quick prayer is because more often than not, if I see a PKer, the first thing they would do is either TB or freeze, and then they'll go in for a melee hit. So if they are able to TB me and I'm not able to log out, the next step will be to activate the quick prayers, and by having Protect for Melee up, I will mitigate a lot of potential damage that could be coming our way. You could also have Protect from Mage as your quick prayer. This will be very helpful because if they do come at you with a TB, it will half the time, and it will be instead of a 5-minute teleblock, it'll actually be 2 minutes and 30 seconds, which is a lot easier to tank in. But by that logic, if you're fast enough to hit your quick prayer, as you see a person logging in and TBing you, you'll probably also be quick enough to log out instead. So that's why I go for the Protect from Melee option. Just because if I'm not able to log out, then I can do the quick prayer. And by then, I'm more than likely already TB'd or frozen. Now the good thing about this area is that it is single-way combat, so you won't be hit by multiple people. But that doesn't mean that a team still can't log in and trade off specs. So if a team does log in on you, at least it's single-way combat, and at least you only have to worry about one of them at a time. Just make sure you pay attention to what attack style they're using and pray accordingly so that you can reduce the damage. And then as soon as you take any damage at all, make sure you start drinking your Ceridom and Brews, because this isn't about fighting or safing or any of that. Your goal is to stay alive the entire time, so make sure you heal up way past 100. Also remember that when you're brewing down, your mage defense will be lowered, so they will be able to catch ice barrages a lot more frequently. So don't forget to use your super restores after about 3 doses of your Ceridom and Brew. So make sure you bring the right ratio of Ceridom and Brews to super restores. It's also helpful to use Augury, because Augury actually gives you some mage defense against ice barrage, so them trying to use ice barrage on you will be a lot harder if you have your Augury prayer activated. So I think I've pretty much covered the whole tanking method if you do get attacked. Now I can go ahead and talk about the method of stealing wine in level 55 wild. So the reason you would do this over the other method is because stealing wine from here, you get them noted, which means you never have to leave. And also it respawns a lot faster. The Wine of Zamorak respawns every 3 seconds here in this temple. Again, I'll be showing the profit that I made from this compared to the OSRS Wikis method, which is in the safe zone next to the Goblin Village. So in the end, you can determine whether you want to come to Deep Wild to make a little bit more money. So it's really if it's just worth it to you. I mean, there is the risk of dying here, but you are going to make a lot more money thieving from this place instead. I gotta say, the Monk of Zamorak who's wandering around next to me did scare me like twice, because he was off screen and then he walked into my field of view. And I gotta say, I jumped, my heart skipped a beat whenever that happened. I thought it was a PKer, so towards the end I started zooming out a little bit more just so I could see him the entire time and he wouldn't freak me out. Like I said, I am not a PKer, I don't spend a lot of time in the wilderness, so if I am here, I am going to be nervous. But the longer that time went on, the safer that I felt. I really felt like nobody was gonna log in after, 50 minutes had passed. And I think the reason that I felt this way is because this place is kind of a pain to get to. So I don't really imagine a lot of PKers hopping worlds in this area to find people. When I came here, I didn't even have to hop worlds. There was nobody currently thieving wines, so this content may already be, I guess you could say, dead. But honestly, maybe I just got lucky. Maybe I was on at a good time. This was around 7 p.m. on a Monday, so maybe that had something to do with it. And with that being said, we have reached the end of this 1 hour of thieving wines, and we did not get attacked a single time. And nobody logged in next to us either, so you could say that we got pretty lucky, or that PKers just don't bother with this spot at all. And now we can go ahead and do a price check of the wines. At the end of this, we were able to get around 534 wines of Zamorak, valued at around 9.
What? How do you note items straight into your inventory? I don't know. I don't care. Who's cheating? I'm moving on. Oh, hello. Also, apparently I have an automatic reply on. I don't know why the fuck. Know when that turned on, but okay. Reacting to I was watching a video there to see how people get this, what other meth people are using, and you just stand up here and wait to spawn, and then you grab it. And then you get crazy profit. I should do one inventory, I think, maybe. Maybe not. I gotta go. I have to gym. I must go gym. There's another monk up here who just doesn't give a assuming if you just take it with the magic spell, I think is what it says in the wiki. Anyways. I'm done here. Tuning if you did. I'm gonna try to get the video up of the Elon stuff soon. Now tuning in and goodbye.